All right, gentlemen, this is for the WBC lightweight title. You've received your instructions in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution, any punch below this point going to be called low. Any punch below this point are going to be called low. That said, I want you to obey my commands, protect yourselves all times. Touch them up now. Good luck to both of you. Good luck.
And here we go. Vic Draculic's final instructions. David Diaz shocked the world tonight, and certainly 99% of the people in this house, by defeating the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world today, Manny Pacquiao. Scheduled for 12, both fighters in white trunks, but I think you know the difference.
No problem telling them apart.
No. Crowd chanting, Manny, 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 as we expected. And Wally Doug and I were talking, good overhand left hand right there. We're talking and analyzing some tape from the last fight, the development of Manny Pacquiao over the years and what he was able to do against one of the great fighters of our generation to win that fight in March, Juan Manuel Marquez. You saw him counter punches, you saw his defense, you saw him boxing, and the further development, he's going to need all that tonight against Diaz.
You know, all that being said, though, Alan, I agree 100%, you know, that he did many different things and many different things well. You'll find, if you ask 50 people who saw that fight, 25 will tell you Marquez won. It was a pretty tough fight.
It was a split decision.
I thought it was a draw. I thought it was a draw, just like the first fight.
Didn't we have it a draw, Wally?
I don't recall. I think I might have had Marquez a point ahead. But anyway, I mean, the point being that Pacquiao may have seen his best days already.
We'll certainly see. Walking into the ring carrying 147 pounds. It's a far cry from when he started as a 108-pounder.
You know, he's only 29 years old, but he's got more than 50 pro fights and a lot of hard 12-round contests.
Absolutely.
A lot of wars.
It's a long 29 years, no doubt.
24 rounds with Juan Manuel Marquez. That first 12-rounder with Eric Morales. That's the kind of wear and tear that eventually takes it out of a fight.
You're absolutely right. So at some night, those bills come due. Now, whether it's tonight, I don't know. And whether Diaz is the guy that can collect on that bill, I don't know. Right now, it looks like Manny's too fast for him in this round.
Well, the crowd, if you'll listen, will react to anything Manny does. Doesn't necessarily mean that the punches he's throwing land effectively. But he is showing superior speed in this round. And Diaz probably knew that coming in anyway.
Diaz is a slow starter. Everybody looks faster than him. Everybody gets off first against Diaz in the first 2 rounds of all of his fights. He's the kind of guy who gradually gains momentum as the fight wears on.
You're so right. I mean, it's not easy to beat David Diaz because every one of your fights, I don't care who you're fighting, is going to be tough, and you're going to lose the early rounds. You're going to have to battle back late when you're tired, and he goes in knowing that.
He's just covering up now while Manny goes on the attack. Davis says, bring more, bring more. That's fun.
Trying to plant some doubt in the head of Manny Pacquiao, which is not going to be easy to do.
Well, it's hard to figure a lot of times what's in the head of Manny Pacquiao. And you heard Freddie, don't get in there and go toe-to-toe. Get in and out, in and out. Land your combinations to get out.
Well, he also doesn't want Manny to allow David Diaz to rough him up, but he may not have a choice.
Exactly. You
know, David Diaz is an absolutely artless fighter. I don't think there's any argument about that. But, you know, so was Rocky Marciano.
You know, this is the first time I can ever remember that physically I didn't think Manny overpowered the guy he was in against.
Right.
With the shoulders and the body.
He's not fighting a natural featherweight. He's fighting definitely a natural lightweight, somebody who could fight effectively at 140 pounds. But that weight differential may not show itself in the early rounds.
That's
a good left by Diaz,
yes.
Definitely backed Manny off.
Got 2 left-handers in there, in case you folks haven't noticed. Manny comes across with a top left hand right over the top, and then some uppercuts.
Wow. He's going to work.
Manny looking like Ali, isn't he?
Hitting gloves, though. He's hitting a lot of gloves.
And lead left again from Pacquiao.
Is Diaz cut on the ear or above the ear?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Right ear.
We're seeing some of that trademark body work from Diaz finally.
You see the blood in his hair?
Blood in his
Right
hair.
side?
He's got blood in his hair. Top of the head.
Yeah, it's high. It's in the scalp area.
A lot of speed to contend with here. Diaz having trouble with Manny's speed. And Manny doing what Freddie Roach wanted him to do. Don't get roughed up. Oh, uppercut also. Diaz acknowledging the power.
Diaz
left hand.
up.
Oh, good left hand from Diaz on a counter punch. But Pacquiao pouring on the combinations. Oh, Manny fighting a supremely confident fight. Blood streaming down from the scalp line of Diaz.
I'll tell you what, Manny's fighting like the bigger man right now.
Very well said.
And as you said earlier, Wally, it's kind of a psychological game where both guys want to impose a certain thought on the other. Diaz wants to make Manny think he's not big enough. Manny is showing Diaz right now, yeah, I am big enough.
You're absolutely right.
And I'm faster than you are.
If he starts to work the opposite thing on Diaz, this fight is over in a hurry.
Diaz getting caught on the inside. Final 10 seconds of round number 2.
Two very impressive rounds by Manny.
Another jab.
Well, the champion probably finds himself in a hole after the first couple of rounds here. And Manny Pacquiao, superior speed and landing the more effective punches, but Diaz was never going to outstyle him anyway.
Yeah, but you know, the damage is being done earlier than I expected. He's already cut in 2 places that I can see.
He's slicing him up.
We're seeing signs of the improved Manny Pacquiao. We're seeing that right hook. He's leading with it. A lot more in the way of head and upper body movement from Manny Pacquiao. Not as easy to hit as he once was.
He keeps a very torrid pace in the ring, and that's why people love him. That left hand hurt, guys.
You know what Diaz is doing now? He's standing right in front of Manny. He's not coming forward, but Manny's not allowing him because of the footwork.
That's correct. I mean, Diaz's fight is to get on top of this guy, smother him, overwhelm him just with activity, and he can't really do that because he's getting hit with everything.
Diaz wants to force the other guy back on his heels, but it's hard to do that when the guy's circling you.
Yeah, you know, I think the thing that surprises me so far in the first 7 minutes or so that we've seen here is how comfortable Manny is at the weight.
He looks very good. He looks so relaxed in there right
He's
now.
just unbelievable.
But you know what? Diaz is unable to impose himself physically on Manny, so what does he have to be stressed out about?
I agree. So far, anyway.
Well, one punch can change it as usual, but...
Well, one thing we know about Diaz, though, guys, he does not give up. And we saw that against Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Santa Cruz, the younger, bigger, stronger fighter, wasn't just outworking it and outpointing him. He was beating the crap out of him for 9 rounds.
Absolutely.
Diaz never stopped coming forward.
Is he cut under the eye now?
I think he's
There's
cut under the
more blood
eye
on his
and on the bridge. He's
That
getting...
may be coming from the bridge of the nose.
Well, the hand speed is what's ripping him
Yes.
up. That's what's just ripping his skin up because Manny's hand speed is so impressive. But Manny's doing a great job
breaking him.
of just breaking him down.
His jab is really in effect in this round, and a lot of fighters find it hard to jab against a southpaw. And one of the questions coming in here is, you know, how many notable southpaws did Manny Pacquiao face? Well, really nobody, but he's doing a good job against Diaz.
Diaz has got a long way to go in this fight with that face turning redder and redder.
Doug, I just want to add something to that. I mean, you know, southpaws see other southpaws as rarely as right-handed fighters see them. You know, it's a rarity to them, too.
Yeah, they have trouble with southpaws as well. Diaz, however, will never be mistaken for Pernell Whitaker. He's not one of those southpaw cuties.
Another lightning fast round. Diaz trying to come on in the end there.
He can punch on the fly. He can punch coming forward.
And you don't see that Diaz is a beat behind on every single exchange.
And the point is he's just missing so badly.
Because he's behind. He's like behind the fastball.
Round 4. The champion Diaz with the white gloves. The challenger Pacquiao with the red gloves. Pacquiao tried to make Philippine history. First Filipino to ever win a lightweight world title.
Now, before we write David Diaz out of this fight, let's remember a couple of things. We've already mentioned that Diaz has a tendency, and he's bleeding badly now over the right eye, to get stronger as the fight goes on. The other thing is Manny faded somewhat against Marquez late in the fight.
Two very good points, but that right hand, that nose is getting...
That was a better point.
Yeah, that was
That was a big straight left from Manny Pacquiao landed on to David.
Now David's stepping up the intensity. Now they're going to take a look at the eye now. Vic Draculich, please don't stop another fight. Vic's just doing his job.
If they stop this one, there won't be any.
No,
won't be any discussion.
Well, there won't be any. The building won't be left standing if they stop.
No, but if they stop it, it'll be a TKO.
And it's amazing. Well, we saw how swollen Diaz's eye got in it. Oh my goodness, he's just
right hand.
Might be wobbled a little bit by that big left hand.
Yeah.
He definitely took a step back. He's got to let his hands go. Can't just cover up in there.
It is a dominating performance by Manny Pacquiao. The full package, folks. Up to this point in the fight, if you want to see what it takes to have the complete package as a professional boxer, you're watching it.
He's looking like the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, right now.
You know what? Floyd Mayweather walked through the door. He left it open for Manny, and I got to say, Manny has really done his part to step through the door.
And the great thing about Pacquiao, he's got all the talent and skill in the world, but he's an aggressive fighter.
Absolutely.
He's exciting to watch, which you couldn't say about Mayweather all the time.
No, you're right. He's not a safety-first guy at all. Diaz is just a mess.
They're going to get worse. But the footwork. Oh, that left. And David says it. Anytime a fighter shakes it off, it means it hurt, man.
There was no doubt that hurt.
That almost sounded like the jaw crack from over here, guys.
I think David, whenever he gets anywhere near close, he needs to put those punches to the body. He's having such a hard time hitting the head of Manny Pacquiao. And whenever he misses, he gets countered so bad.
Yeah. His only chance, Doug, I think, it lies in his tenacity. Just to make the fight so grueling for Manny.
Yeah. Do just what he's doing now.
Right.
Get in, rush him, and work the body on the inside. Mug Manny Pacquiao if you can.
Which, by the way, is how he beat Santa Cruz. Certainly outgamed, I'm not outgamed, but outskilled, outspeeded in that fight as well. His tenacity kept him in it. He's starting to flinch now, which tells you that, the so-called smaller man is hurting him.
Round 5 as David Diaz's white trunks are slowly turning crimson. And what rips your face up like that, folks, is speed and leather. He is cut in 3 places, left eye badly bruised. Of course, we saw the bruising that he suffered against Morales when he fought with one eye. But his hope right now, as Wally said, is just tenacity.
Let me just say this, and I don't in any way mean to, compare David Diaz favorably to a Rocky Marciano, but if you've seen films of Marciano against Archie Moore, against Edward Charles, this is the same fight.
Yep.
Joe Walcott.
Yep.
Sometimes the guy that just will not quit is the guy who wins.
Oh, he just caught a right hand on the chin.
But during the golden age of boxing in the 50s, they would let a guy fight a lot longer.
That's true.
Particularly if it was The Rock. I mean, his nose was split in half against Charles.
Right.
They let that fight continue.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be the case with David Diaz.
Does that mean we've gotten more civilized or more squeamish over the years?
Squeamish. We're not civilized.
They're not fighting 15-rounders either. Round 5. That was not as, that was. That one was.
And that was a little premature celebration upstairs.
Yeah, but the last 3 punches were hard punches.
Wow.
You know, these are good, accurate, quality punches from Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, look
he's
at the
not going
blood.
all out. I mean, the way he's punching, he
David
can keep
Diaz.
his pace up for 12 rounds.
Because he's fighting at his own pace. You know what? Diaz is not making him do anything he doesn't want to do.
But if you remember Manny Pacquiao from 4 or 5 years ago, it was like he was double parked. I mean, he was in a rush. He was in a hurry.
Yes.
He was just going crazy in there. Much more poised now.
That's years and years of seasoning experience.
They're going to really have to take a look at the blood damage,
go.
because unless they got a pint standing by in the corner, this could get bad.
No, I agree. I don't see how much longer this can go.
I really don't, because they're going to have to take a look at it. He's just getting chopped to pieces. I mean, this is, I know it's almost silly to say, but with the hand speed and the way he's moving, it's almost Ali-like to me, guys.
I don't think Ali ever hit like this.
No.
This is the Thriller from Manila.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Look at the blood.
You know, this is target practice right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Vic Draculich is looking in, the referee, to see what the damage is being done to David
He should.
Diaz's eye. He is getting this is a beatdown, guys.
This wouldn't be a bad time to stop.
I expected Diaz's face to look like this, but like in the 9th or 10th round, not in the 5th round.
No, he's on the accelerated program right now. You know he'll never let the corner stop it, but they should. Go! Go!
They weren't quite finished with the patchwork. Going to round 6, scheduled for 12. Dominating performance by Manny Pacquiao against the world champion David Diaz from Chicago.
I would say Pacquiao is fighting the perfect fight against David Diaz.
Yeah, he really is fighting fabulously, and I'll tell you what, they have no chance of stopping that cut.
Freddie
No
Roach
chance.
told me at his camp a couple of weeks ago that it was very close to Manny going back to the Philippines. Nobody wanted him. And they came, and he was in New York, and he made his way west through Vegas and wound up at the Wild Card Gym. They went in. Freddie worked with the pads. They said, Freddie, you're the guy. He was going to make one more stop in San Francisco, then go back to Manila. We wouldn't have this story right
Nobody
now.
wanted him. Now he's signed with like 6 different promoters, right?
Right.
He has been.
At the same time, of course. Round 6.
And there's that cut again. There's no stopping that.
No, it's deep.
But on the bright side, it is running down the side of his face and not into his eyes.
Well, he's not going to stop.
No.
He doesn't sound deterred at all in between rounds. Neither does his trainer, Jim Strickland. They're all right.
They seem like they expected this.
Yeah.
See, the one thing I don't think they did expect, though, is that they're not slowing this guy down. They're not tiring him.
They're not putting in the work to really come on in the late rounds.
Yeah.
You got to do something to stress Manny out, wear him down a little bit to the body, and Diaz is just not able to mount a sustained attack because of punches like that.
Yeah, he can't. He just cannot get past that. Now, I've always said fighters do things for a reason and they don't do things for a reason. If David Diaz is not doing what he needs to do, there's a reason. And the reason is Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao has convinced him that he cannot walk in on him without severely being punished for it.
Absolutely.
So we're seeing David Diaz bounce around on his toes on the outside and not really fight to his character.
He actually landed a pretty good right hand there, but I don't think it had the kind of effect he expected it to have.
He's going to have to follow up on punches like that, and Manny's not letting him do it.
He can't. Manny's keeping him too busy. Keeping him too busy playing defense.
A beautiful swarm of punches, and that's what Diaz has run into, a swarm. Every time he tries to impose what he wants to do, Manny keeps him at bay with his fist. They're going to take a time and look.
Yeah, they got to look at that.
Vic doesn't like what he's watching, this dominance in the fight. You guys don't have a round for Diaz, do you?
No.
Oh, of course not. It's 5-zip for the Pac-Man.
Doctor said it's okay.
And the right hand, not just the jab, but Manila Ice, the right hook, it's found its mark tonight.
You know, Doug, obviously, I may look like I am, but I wasn't old enough to see Henry Armstrong, but I don't think it could have been that much different from this, seriously.
Hey, Henry Armstrong, a frenetic fighter, boundless energy, he could box a little bit. And Pacquiao's doing the kind of things that Henry Armstrong did,
Right.
dominating division after division after division.
The closer you get, the more effective you'll be. You still got to throw shorter punches and then tight.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Wait a minute, let that go now right now. Let me get here. I got to stop this clip.
He's not his punches, he's just too fast.
Right. Yeah. Wait that back.
All right, let's take a look. Diaz actually did a little bit of work there. You see, he landed that short jab and then came across with a left hand and then another right. But
Pacquiao answers back, and when Pacquiao answers back, you're seeing here, it's a volley of punches.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything to stop that.
Round 7, the domination tonight by Manny Pacquiao. We'll see if the champion can turn it around. And I heard in the corner, Diaz, probably the most true statement, that said it's not the punches, it's the speed.
Huh. But you have to admire his willingness. They said, "You all right?" He said, "Yeah, sure." Like you know, like it was a stupid question.
It also begs the question, if this fight was at where Pacquiao used to fight, would he be able to take the guy out? Is there a difference between fighting a guy that's a bigger guy like this and more difficult to take out?
I think it would be a mistake for Manny to try to blow out a guy like David Diaz. If he fought the way he used to fight, which was sort of coming right at his opponent with power punches and not utilizing lateral movement, I think Diaz would have had more of a chance to mount some kind of a counterattack.
It would have been an absolutely senseless way for Manny to fight because you're giving Diaz his only chance to be in the fight.
Yeah, he could run into a punch.
Pretty good body shot there from Diaz, and Manny answers.
And Diaz never stops trying.
No, he doesn't.
You know, he'll land a single shot, and it's a solid shot. He just can't follow up with anything.
That's the one thing you have to admire about Diaz. I mean, it's got to be very discouraging. Every time he lands a good shot, he gets hit 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row, but he refuses to be discouraged by that. So far, anyway.
Slower pace this round for Manny in the 7th round, and do remember he slowed down a little bit in his last fight in the later rounds.
And he was bound to slow down a little bit. I mean, he's really set a hell of a pace in this fight. See, the thing is, Diaz is not going to slow down. He doesn't have much to slow down from.
Right.
But no, seriously, he fights at the same pace every single round.
He's starting to land more punches, and just like the final minute here of this round 7.
But it's not because he's doing anything differently. It's because Manny's a little bit slower.
Yeah, he is
having trouble
taking his
with
foot
his
off the gas pedal a little bit.
He's having a blinking problem, and that's never good. Blood getting in the eye now, guys.
Still, I think he's having his best round of the fight.
I think so, too. But under theory, if Manny's won the first 7 rounds, Diaz cannot win this fight, even if he won the last 5.
Well, there's always the old knockout.
That's I'm saying on the card, yes, the knockout.
I agree with you on the cards. There's no way.
Oh, now there's blood coming from the left nostril.
Manny is backing Diaz off. Loading up with single power shots in this round. Interesting way to start off round 8. They're going into the late rounds. Less activity from Manny, more power in single shots.
He may sense that Diaz is starting to soften up a little bit. I didn't see it in round 7.
No, I was thinking that Diaz might be sensing that Manny is slowing down and that he might actually try to step it up a little bit. And maybe Manny is stifling that momentum.
The left landed.
You're right. Manny may have realized that. You know, let's nip this in the bud
Yeah,
before this
nipping
guy.
the enthusiasm in the bud. Yeah, curb your enthusiasm, Diaz. I'm still the man.
He may not be softened up, but he's certainly mushy.
Yeah.
Diaz going backwards in the protective mode now. Yeah, he's getting
He doesn't do
pounded.
much of that, man.
Yeah, he don't want to be there.
He doesn't do much covering up, so you know it's having an effect.
Vision's a problem for David.
Yeah, the blood is now dripping into the eye.
Yeah.
Both eyes.
Yeah, but you know, when you're refereeing a fight, I think you have to take the history of the fighters into account.
Absolutely. That's part of your job.
You got to know who's in there with you.
But Draculich is looking really close at the face of David Diaz.
Guys, Diaz is in a survival mode right now. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He does not want to go down. But he might get stopped.
He needs to do something. He's got, I mean, because Manny is just getting bolder and bolder. If Diaz is playing possum, he's doing a great job, but he's not. It's all Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I don't think that's part of his arsenal. I really don't. I don't think there's any kind of guile or artifice in the way this guy fights. I mean,
no, he's an honest man. He's an honest fighter.
And he's giving you what he's got. I mean, this is it.
In other words, he's doing what he has to do right now. That's what he's backing up because he has to prevent from getting knocked down or knocked out. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, he just winced. The heads came together there.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't. That was a big roundhouse that would have said good night, but it missed over the top of Diaz. They stopped it. Round 9 temporarily, but it'll be bloodied up here pretty soon. Manny coming out with bad intentions in round 9. He just does not want to give Diaz any breathing room, and nor should he.
Alan, they have as much chance of stopping that cut as I do of holding back Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Diaz mounting a little desperation offense, and Manny holds up his arms like, okay.
Manny won't even give him, you know, his one little moment there.
No. And it was a little moment.
Weren't they both in white trunks?
Yeah, they're crimson now. Diaz's crimson trunk. We're in round 9. The champion is the bloodiest one in there.
That's not coming out in the dry cleaning, I fear.
No. Could be done. A little club soda that might help. Well, that's for wine.
Same color.
Same color.
Ooh, good left by Diaz. He snuck one in.
Snuck one in, and now he's got a little pumped up a little bit.
Manny didn't celebrate after that one.
No. Whoa, good left hand from Pacquiao. That staggered Diaz, who comes forward now. Oh, left hand.
You know, we've referred to the Santa Cruz fight several times as evidence why Diaz is not out of this yet. He was never hurt like this against Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is a full level above Santa Cruz.
Absolutely.
A good, strong, young contender. Pacquiao is a truly elite fighter. And that's, I mean, there's a certain dynamicism to his punches. He has speed, power, and technique that Santa Cruz will never have. And I hate to say it, Diaz will never have it.
No, Diaz is never going to be that kind of fighter. But I mean, the thing is, you know, we wondered whether Manny would be able to rise to the level, but he seems to be one of those.
Down he goes with the left hand.
Fight is over.
Fight's over. Thank you.
Big left hand. It came from not too far away.
About 6 inches.
You just hope Diaz isn't seriously hurt.
That's what I was just getting to, guys. I was getting worried about that because he's fought and taken so much damage, and your reputation can carry so far. He is still down. Diaz is still down. I mean, that was a devastatingly wicked punch. One of those inside ham bone jobs from about 6 inches.
I think they're keeping him down. I think he could have gotten up. They're keeping him down.
I hope so.
He's all right. Before we move on to the next one, let's take a look at the punch that finished off David Diaz. A left hand that traveled about half a foot.
Diaz lunged right into it.
Yes, he did.
And when you see a guy fall face first, you know he's neurologically, he scrambled. Oh, yeah. The body was limp.
Yeah.
It was limp before he hit the canvas.
He was certainly knocked out momentarily.
Oh, yeah. Like a marionette whose strings were cut. Just
last time I saw one like that from that distance when Foreman knocked out Moore.
You're absolutely right.
Remember that punch?
Yep.
Except it was a right hand, but Manny's left-handed. Those inside devastating punches. And my question I was going to get to is that sometimes you're so brave. I was getting to worry about Diaz's, mental health coming out of this fight.
So was I.
You let it go and you let it go. And sometimes those long fights, you guys know, cause
the worst. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we give the official time, a round of applause for a young man from Chicago with the heart of a lion, an Olympian and a world champion, David Diaz. Referee Vic Draculich calls a halt to this bout at 2 minutes, 24 seconds, round number 9. The winner by knockout victory, the fighting pride of the Philippines, now a 4-time world champion and new WBC lightweight champion of the world, Manny
I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Let's go.
All right, so we're set to go, Dave. I don't know about you, but there's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here, right now.
Goosebumps.
That's it.
Electricity, and Manny Pacquiao, you're always expecting him to come flying out there and throwing something huge. And let's see if that's what he does here against Oscar.
And a lot of people think that's what Oscar has to do, too, is come out real fast and fight every minute of every round himself. Will there be any filling out process, or will they go right to it? Oscar starts the test with the right hand upstairs. Manny continues to circle to his left. Nobody's committed to anything hard just yet.
You'll watch Oscar for the right hand lead down the chute against Manny's southpaw style as Pacquiao clips him. Also the double left hook, and Oscar De La Hoya is a great left hook artist to the body.
And on the breaks, watch the uppercuts off the hands of De La Hoya. Oscar knows how to fight southpaws. Manny tries to touch him up with the jab, but you can see the reach is significant for De La Hoya. And the cheers go up. A battle between the Filipinos and the Mexicans.
Right here in the United States.
Right. Manny caught him. Oscar hasn't landed anything significant here in the first round, so in the first minute he hasn't just thrown caution to the wind and made Manny feel his power yet. But Oscar can set up that left hand. A little bit of abrasion on the nose of Oscar De La Hoya already. Oscar blasts the left side of the body of Manny downstairs. Manny has a tendency to bounce and skip, and if he throws that left hand down the middle, he can catch Oscar at times with the left hand down the middle. But right now he's concentrating on positioning, Dave.
And De La Hoya with the right hand glued to his chin, expecting Pacquiao to throw the big straight left hand down the middle. And it's been tried a couple times, and De La Hoya has managed to smother those shots.
Manny touches him up with his jab that time. There's a left hand lead for Manny, which is his power shot to the southpaw. 2 minutes gone. De La Hoya's not winning the first round at this point, in my opinion.
It looks a little roughed up around the nose area, too. Some good, sneaky shots getting through by Pacquiao.
Now Oscar opens up for the first time. Catches Pacquiao to the right temporal bone as Pacquiao is bent over. You know, part of the philosophy for smaller guys is sometimes to make yourself smaller, like Whittaker used to do, and if Pacquiao can bend way down when Oscar comes in, as he showed that time, it can be a difficult angle for Oscar. Oscar's short with his punches in spite of the fact of his reach.
And there's Pacquiao darting back out of trouble and then into the punching range. And his speed has probably been a little bit of a surprise for Oscar so far.
Well, it's significantly different in his speed. Oscar short with the jab again, last few seconds of the round. Oscar tries to open up, but Manny makes him miss. Caught him with the right hand there, but not significantly. And here comes the bell to end the first round. I give that to Pacquiao. Now remember, the official judges are Adelaide Bird of Las Vegas and Dave Moretti of Las Vegas, an old friend, the Hall of Fame referee and judge Stanley Christodoulou of South Africa. And Stan and I usually see eye to eye in scoring. We're usually right together as we came up together years ago.
Boxing, very important. You've got to keep your back off the ropes. When you feel the ropes coming out,
vayas buscando, él no puede hacer nada más que recto o gancho. Ya lo viste que se tropieza, todo no sabe qué hacer. Claro. Ahorita le pongo la medicinal. Más vivo, con seguridad tu jab. Y vivo porque se va a apalancar con la izquierda en un momento determinado. Tienes que quitarla.
And here is Pacquiao on the right side of the screen. Good straight left hand getting through, then ducking down to miss the counter from Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar looked almost a little awkward with some of his punches in the first round. Here we go, round number 2. Let's see if he tries to put some pressure on Manny Pacquiao now. You heard Freddie Roach say, as soon as you feel those ropes, get off there. And he gets off by hitting Oscar.
Now, Oscar De La Hoya looked tight in the opening round.
He looks tight right now, too. And Manny nails him with the right hand. You know, Oscar was a natural southpaw, so he's got considerable power with his left hand, but he hasn't been able to land it yet. Manny's landed the heavier blows and more blows to this point. Little side-to-side dip. So far, things are working for Manny Pacquiao as Oscar can't touch him up. The quickness of foot, the movement of his head, and the hand speed.
Now watch when De La Hoya moves to his left to cut off the ring. That is when Pacquiao charges him. And he will not let the ring be cut off. When Oscar moves to his left, watch and see if Pacquiao then decides that's the time to charge.
A minute gone in the second round. So far, Manny Pacquiao looks like he's outboxing Oscar De La Hoya, to my way of thinking. Oscar missing with the jab, jab, jab. So that stiff left hand and jab ticketed for the head of Manny, and Manny bobbing, weaving, diving, ducking, is not being hit by the jab at all. Oscar's got to get a piece of him. If I'm him, I got to step up there and start catching him in the chest. You got to get a piece of him.
Let's start there. Yeah, get inside. He wants the right hand lead against Pacquiao, but Pacquiao is really quick with his feet.
Oscar fighting a little on the flat-footed side. Manny right up on his toes.
Yeah, it's magic so far for Pacquiao, his ability to go in and out.
And in spite of the fact that Oscar had Angelo Dundee advising him, it was Angelo always used to say, hit and don't get hit, in and out, and that's exactly the way Manny Pacquiao is fighting right now. There's the uppercut. Straight left hand.
Well, he is sharpshooting here, and he's showing extraordinary patience. He lands his best shot, then he gets out.
I'm surprised that Oscar didn't force the fight a little bit more here in the early going. I really thought he'd try to test his power shots against this guy, but he can't catch up with him.
No, he cannot get inside and work that body and set up the rest of the fight.
Well, he can't hit him with the jab, seemingly, and without being able to touch him up with the jab, you're going to have a difficult time with the right hand. Of course, one big punch with the left hook can change the course of this fight in a minute. In a second, I should say. There was a left hook that got through that time, but it was with an outstretched hand of Oscar. There was no power behind it. So Pacquiao's movement is the difference in this fight, and it's extraordinary. Well, the quicker pound-for-pound guy is 1-2 on my score sheet.
He's doing a great job thus far.
Well, the directions by Freddie Roach, in and out, side to side, and that's exactly what he's doing. And he's executing the fight plan to a T. This is round 3. The Colonel Bob Sheridan with Dave Bontempo. MGM Grand Garden Arena facing you, Manny Pacquiao. To the left of your screen, Oscar De La Hoya.
De La Hoya out-punched in the power department, 2-1 so far by Pacquiao, who has shown infinite quickness, the good movement on the angles, and then delivered the payload after he's made Oscar De La Hoya miss. And you see some tentative qualities in these shots by Oscar De La Hoya. They're coming up a little short because of the speed of Pacquiao.
Pacquiao has landed some power upstairs to Oscar because he's swollen around the eyes and on the cheeks. And his jab, really doesn't seem to have that kind of power. And as I say that, he finally is able to get the jab to the face of Manny Pacquiao. With just about a minute gone here in round 3. This has been the best minute of the fight for De La Hoya, but he really hasn't capitalized on it any. Pacquiao still working, trying to get in and out, looking for his opportunity to attack.
And this is when Pacquiao is in front of De La Hoya, and he's trying now to cash in. The lead right hand is there for him. He's trying to go through the Pacquiao jab and get that right hand in, and he's starting to load up with it now.
Oscar loaded up a couple of shots, and both were taken on the back of the gloves of Manny Pacquiao.
No, but it shows where Oscar De La Hoya's fight plan is headed.
Straight left hand down the middle, snap the head back of Oscar. Oscar hasn't done enough to win the first 2 minutes of this round, although he's had a better round 3 than the first 2. How many rounds can you allow Pacquiao to put in the bank, though?
A 12-round fight, if you allow 3, then you would have to win. You'd have to win 7 of the next 9. Yeah. That's how big a 3-0 lead is.
.45 seconds to go in the 3rd round.
Now the harder shots have been De La Hoya's in this round. Pacquiao has landed more.
Manny with a good body shot on the left side of the rib cage of Oscar. Oscar's still very flat-footed. Pacquiao's down on his heels a little bit more, but he's picking his shots. Nice head movement, making a difficult target with that left hand for Oscar. Oscar, you're right, Dave, is tentative with the right hand. He's gonna let that right hand fly down the middle.
Yeah, he shortened it up. He shortened it up, didn't trust it.
I mean, he can't be afraid of the power of this guy. That'll be around to remember. I mean,
here's Manny Pacquiao, the straight leaping left hand. Look at that off the move. And how do you get that shot through a lead shot on Oscar De La Hoya?
Let's go, Freddie.
The quickness, he poises, gets through. Throws a shot that was unexpected.
And if Oscar can't land the jab because of the movement, is what Freddie Roach said true? Is Oscar having trouble getting off? It's something you got to question at this stage right now. We don't know. There's a lot of fight left. This is round 4. Oscar to the right, Manny Pacquiao with his back to you. MGM Grand Garden Arena. The obvious hand speed of Pacquiao is just that. It's so obvious. The left hand down the middle. For the right-handed fighter, they say you throw the right hand down the middle of the southpaw. Conversely speaking, the southpaw does the same thing. Left-hand power shot down the middle, and he caught Oscar. Oscar's left jab is not accurate. He hasn't been able to plant the right hand.
And he's paid a price every time he stops. Pacquiao circles. Oscar De La Hoya stops, and that's when Pacquiao hits him. Hits him off the stop. And with Pacquiao moving like this, you see that it's been hard for De La Hoya to locate that lead right hand he wants.
And already different from the Stevie Forbes fight, where Stevie was fighting the fight of his life. He couldn't manage to win any rounds, or many rounds, if any, against Oscar. And Manny Pacquiao is certainly more than holding his own.
And just getting bolder as he sets up everything with good movement outside and then comes charging De La Hoya inside. And so far, it is a beautiful fight by Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, and Manny's seeing the right hand of Oscar, meaning that maybe Freddie's right too, that Oscar's not able to get it off with the sharpness that he once could, because it seems like every time he throws the right hand, Manny's dipping and making, even when he lands, there's a right hand crisp in the jaw of De La Hoya.
And Pacquiao's getting bolder, coming toward De La Hoya and getting more into those shots.
See, Oscar's trying to step up into the jab, but look at how tentative it is there as he just puts it out. Right hand misses, and Manny just parries it up. All those jabs, about 5 or 6, and nothing landed. And that's just a little head movement of Manny. Now he comes in, unleashes an assault to the body. Nothing powerful, but this is.
Yeah, in terms of power, Oscar De La Hoya has already been touched up more by Manny Pacquiao than he was against Floyd Mayweather for the whole fight.
Pacquiao is doing, and clearly doing more, in my opinion, than Mayweather did in the fight. Mayweather got the split decision. Pacquiao's
he hurt him there.
Caught him with the uppercut. Oscar's having a tough time right now with Manny Pacquiao.
It's a 4-to-1 ratio in power punches this round for Pacquiao, and this is a defining round in the fight.
Good body shot, a little bit south of the border. Tony Weeks right on top of him, says, keep him up, Manny. But you'd expect that with a guy that's some 4 inches taller. That's a Pacquiao round, anyway
That's a big Pacquiao round. Out punching De La Hoya, almost 3-to-1 in the power department. 60% landed, and when you get up and you keep that percentage, that's when fights get stopped.
All right, this is round number 5. De La Hoya is going to have to do something sensational here. And straight right hand caught a piece of Manny that time, and he's going to open up. He's going to put his ears back, throw caution to the wind, and try to start nailing this guy with some power shots. So Manny's going to walk away with this thing, outboxing him. Freddie Roach said, just make sure you have the head movement coming in and coming out. And Freddie is the type of guy that gives 1 or 2 instructions to his fighter in between rounds. And Manny is a coachable guy and follows what Freddie says.
Yeah, from the moment we saw him entering the building, Oscar De La Hoya has not been comfortable. Not comfortable in the ring, not comfortable before the fight.
Not comfortable in his dressing room. No smiles. And that's not really his nature, though. I understand what it's like on fight night for a professional prize fighter. That's the way he gets himself ready to fight. It's all business in the ring, and it's a dangerous sport. But right now, he's on the receiving end of the speed of Pacquiao with a minute gone in the 5th round of the fight. Oscar just pouring with the jab, not really stepping up into it, not throwing the left hand to the body with any viciousness at all. And look at Manny. Look at the amount of punches he's throwing there.
And the power. Here's a guy that's come up from 106, and he's a legitimate welterweight power puncher here.
Actually heavier. Listen to the crowd's reaction as Pacquiao scores. Tony Weeks, the 3rd man in the ring, hasn't had to do much because these guys are not clinching. They're boxing and fighting. Manny Pacquiao, is considered a fighter as opposed to a boxer. But what a boxing match he's putting on tonight. Look at this.
He has been terrific moving up. Meantime, Oscar De La Hoya has not looked good coming down. This is not a comfortable weight class for him tonight. And he is just not the same Oscar De La Hoya we've seen in terms of the fire, and Manny Pacquiao is capitalizing on it to this point.
Well, Pacquiao, with 2 minutes gone here in the 5th round, is certainly winning the 5th round, and he may have won every round. I gave De La Hoya the 3rd round, but it was very close, and we pointed out at the time that there are some judges who could have gone the other way in that one. So Oscar finally plants a right hand to the body, then upstairs, and now he finally starts hitting Manny, and all that seems to do is get an adrenaline flow for Pacquiao. But that's all Oscar's done in the entire 5th round of this fight.
When do you see him eat so many jabs?
I've never seen him eat so many jabs.
Nope. He has gobbled up a lot of them from Pacquiao in this fight.
In losing efforts to Bernard Hopkins, to Mayweather, twice to Shane Mosley, and Felix Trinidad, he didn't look this bad. To feel your back touching the ropes, get out of there. And don't get overconfident with this guy. Stay focused. Freddie Roach knows exactly what Oscar can do, and he knows exactly what his man can do. This is round 6. MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Dave Bontempo. Manny Pacquiao in red to the right of your screen with the red shoes on. Oscar De La Hoya must open up and start landing some power shots, or he's going to be outboxed for this entire fight by Manny Pacquiao. Most people thought De La Hoya would knock this guy out. A lot of people thought inside of 6 or 7 rounds. And Pacquiao is just totally outboxing. And if the fight plan engineered by Freddie Roach is what Pacquiao's trying to do, he's keeping Oscar right in the center of the ring. Oscar is not willing himself and pushing this guy back and making him back up.
He's fighting with a tentative nature. He's aiming his punches. He's guiding his punches. He just has to let it go. And sometimes you go in there and the other guy will just be faster than you, a little bit stronger than you. And Oscar De La Hoya will have to just throw caution to the wind because the scorecards are pretty soon not going to be issued for him.
Oscar's left eye closing up with that jab and the left hand following it. And now here he tries to exchange it, Manny. Nothing that he throws lands, and Manny touches him up. Oscar had his left hook that time blocked in the elbow by Pacquiao. So nothing really working for Oscar. Even when he opens up, Pacquiao is landing more shots.
And there's Pacquiao with two and then a left hand down the middle, and we're used to Oscar De La Hoya standing and taking his shot when the guy comes at him, cutting him off with the right hand, cutting him off with the left hook. But tonight, the speed of Pacquiao on the inside continually disrupts the momentum and the rhythm for Oscar De La Hoya.
And Freddie Roach won't allow Pacquiao to allow himself to get caught in up against the rope so Oscar can pin him down and unload 4 or 5 right hands on him.
Look at the patience here of Pacquiao. 3 nice shots, you load up again. 3 nice shots, you load up again. You don't lunge, you don't go for what's not there. The right hand lead for Oscar De La Hoya. We've seen it on a handful of occasions tonight, and that's all.
Is this the night that Oscar gets old?
So far, the answer would be yes.
Well, you know, people talk about the southpaw style of Manny Pacquiao, but he's known he's fighting a southpaw. He handled Floyd Mayweather with better ease than he's handling this guy.
He's been a split second behind, and then the quick feet of Pacquiao have put him at good angles where he can launch an attack. Probably the most surprising part of this fight is how Pacquiao has maintained his speed and still has good power at 147.
And then he moves, bounces right, bounces left, doesn't let De La Hoya get him off, and the bell sounds to end the 6th round. Another.
Here's Pacquiao, double jab, straight left hand through there. You just don't see Oscar De La Hoya taking 3-punch combinations like that. It is Pacquiao's night.
And Oscar's, I look across the way, sitting on his stool, looks almost like a beaten fighter. Well, his corner said, come on, you got to take the fight to him and start landing some right hands, throw some right hands anyway.
You know, he knows it, but whether you get the body to do that, whether you take advantage of those split-second opportunities is a different story.
You know, he threw the right hand that time with kind of the thumb out and the palm up. That's not the way you throw a power shot with your right hand. Pacquiao continues to bounce around up on his toes, and he's been this way. You know, if his fight plan was to fight the first minute of the first round and then the second minute and then the third minute, he's done exactly that in every single round, which is what he said he had to do and what Freddie Roach said he had to do to beat De La Hoya.
And then the other thing that we talked about is that he had to do enough in the power department to make an impact, and he has. He has outfought Oscar De La Hoya in the power department by a ratio of about 3-to-1.
And then Freddie Roach also telling Pacquiao, don't lose concentration and allow this guy to sneak back into this fight. Oscar again tentative with the left hand, so what does Pacquiao do? He cracks him with the right hand. He's working on that left eye of Oscar De La Hoya and has it almost shut. Oscar not getting off right hands, and he looks like he's almost shell-shy right now, the way Manny's attacking him.
And this has been the fight since the beginning. Pacquiao's power bothering Oscar De La Hoya, and Pacquiao gets off first. You don't see De La Hoya on the ropes like this.
And it was the corner of Pacquiao, namely Freddie Roach, saying don't get caught in the corner. Now De La Hoya's caught in the corner. And look at this guy go. Minute 15 seconds to go, and De La Hoya's in trouble.
He can't get off these ropes here.
He should be sliding down the ropes or grabbing this guy. Nothing is working for Oscar. Manny's punishing him right now. Oscar's heels are heavy. He's heavy in the thighs. His legs aren't there. Manny continues to put the pressure on him. Pacquiao knows he's got him a little bit stunned. Oscar really slow with his jab now. The back up against the ropes, and Manny's on the assault. Tony Weeks having a good look at Oscar De La Hoya. Look at the legs ready to go of Oscar De La Hoya. Manny nailed him with the right hand. He's all over him right now. Oscar's hurt. Pacquiao pouring the pressure on. Finally, Oscar steps away. And that left eye is really closing up. This has been a great round for Pacquiao.
And there will be a big decision made in Oscar De La Hoya's corner, both about the eye and about his presence in this fight. He needs to step up.
Inside of 10 seconds to go in the 7th round.
If there's another round like this fight will be over.
Well, I don't think Oscar can take another round like this.
They will be taking a real close look at stopping this when, look at this action. Pacquiao, 3 shots. And when do you see Oscar De La Hoya stand back and take stuff like this? And yeah, because of his legacy and what he's done, they're letting him have another round, and he has to take advantage of it now, or there may not be another one.
Well, they talked about history in the making and comparing this guy to the great Henry Armstrong, who won 3 world titles in 3 different classifications. Just the fact that Manny Pacquiao has come up 2 world titles in 2 different classifications, fighting this one, even though it's not a world title fight, to beat Oscar De La Hoya the way he's doing it would be significant.
And Oscar, a guy that barely stopped at 135 on the way up here and then jumped 2 more. And he's making himself look as good at 147 as he's been anywhere.
Now, Oscar hasn't been able to get off. He hasn't been accurate because of the movement of Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been on his toes the entire fight, and Pacquiao's had more power than Oscar. I mean, it's been all Manny Pacquiao tonight.
We have never seen Oscar De La Hoya in as tentative a position throughout as he's been here, and he has to try and summon one last ounce of something because he needs it now, and Pacquiao still stands and slugs with him after getting hit.
Now remember that Oscar De La Hoya has been a great champion, and one big hand could change the course of this fight. But it's a stretch right now in the 8th round as he continues to get outboxed by Manny Pacquiao. Oscar needs to do something sensational, and he's got to do it with tremendous power if he's going to pull this fight out now. The great fighters can do it, and he certainly has been a great fighter throughout his career. Let's see if there's one more miraculous move in Oscar De La Hoya. As I say that, Pacquiao pours the pressure on him, and this might be the miraculous finish of the career of Oscar De La Hoya. Pacquiao really labeling him and blasting him with left hand, right hand. Oscar's got to get out of the corner. When he feels the ropes, he needs to do what Freddie told Manny, and then slide down the ropes and get out of there. This is no place to fight this guy.
He's spending more than half the round on the ropes now out of fatigue and out of being shell-shocked.
The chant goes up, Manny, Manny, as the crowd turns in favor of Pacquiao. The left eye of Oscar De La Hoya is practically shut, and now he's working on the right eye of De La Hoya. Nobody's been down. De La Hoya's been shaken on a couple of occasions, especially in the last round. For the first 2 minutes and some of this round, it's been Pacquiao outboxing him again, forcing De La Hoya back to the ropes. Feigning as everything that Freddie Roach has told him to do, he's executed.
And we've seen De La Hoya again on the ropes with the sanctuary. No place to win a fight.
And look at that. Just as Freddie told him, he walked right back to the center of the ring. And now this is one thing that, again, the corner of Pacquiao, they don't want him to hot dog it. Finish this guy off if you can. Don't mess with this guy. And the power shots are right downstairs. And look at Pacquiao battle to the end of the 8th round, trying to stop Oscar De La Hoya in his tracks. But that ends the 8th, another Pacquiao round. Well, if we were wrong in the 3rd round, slightly giving that to De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao's won every other round. It might score
that looked a little better.
Hey,
Do you have a headache?
no se siente nada.
Oscar.
No siente nada.
Oscar.
No tiene nada.
Do you have a headache? Are you dizzy?
Huh?
Do you have a headache?
Okay, listen. No. Listen. If you keep taking punches, I'm stopping the fight. Okay?
Well, you heard Tony Weeks say if you keep on taking punches, I'm going to stop the fight. So I would say that you might be seeing the last round in the career of Oscar De La Hoya.
To the point where the first time Pacquiao gets De La Hoya in trouble, that might be it.
Well, Tony Weeks flat out said, I'm not going to let you take any more head blows. He knows he's 35, and it's all over. The fight is stopped. It's all over. De La Hoya can't answer the bell for the 9th round. It'll go as a technical knockout victory after 8 for Manny Pacquiao. An upset, a huge upset. A tremendous victory for Manny Pacquiao. Now on the horizon, a huge payday. Probably in the spring, probably in the UK, probably against Ricky Hatton.
Who just happens to be here tonight. And what a moment for Manny Pacquiao, executing his fight plan beautifully, the side-to-side movement, darting in and out. And these guys were not on the same level tonight. This is as fine a performance, wire to wire, as we've ever seen.
Maybe it is time. You know, he talked about he doesn't know when to retire. I think it's time.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to go out with a performance like this, but
there was the inspectors talking to Oscar. A consensus, and he came right over and congratulated Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. You can't remember a time when Oscar De La Hoya got hit so much, and you can't remember a time when Manny Pacquiao got hit so little.
Well, in Pacquiao's last 2 fights has been nothing short of sensation. I mean, he beat a terrific David Diaz. Here's the official announcement.
Here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we turn a page in boxing history as this fight comes to an end. The official time at the end of round 8, referee Tony Weeks calls a halt to the bout. The winner by TKO victory, and still the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao, the pound-for-pound champion. The Pac-Man against Ricky the Hitman Hatton. For the junior welterweight championship of the world and the title of best pound-for-pound fighter going. Live from Las Vegas, here we go.
Here we go, gentlemen. Both on their toes. Both with a lot of fire.
Hatton coming very fast at Pacquiao. He seems intent in a lot of his pre-fight comments to show that he can also box tonight. But I think he's got to be the Ricky Hatton who comes forward and blasts away.
Well, that was a big blast from Manny Pacquiao with a right hook right to Ricky Hatton's forehead.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how both these fighters come out. Trying to set the pace. Hatton talking about trying to be a different fighter. This is second fight under Floyd Mayweather Sr. and already a couple of shots to the body as he ties up Pacquiao and fights in close.
And he's caught him, Kurt, a couple times with that right hook coming in. I'll tell you who's going to be key in this fight is the referee. He's going to allow him to play into that style, to work into that midsection.
Pacquiao taking the shots to the body from Hatton, and this is turning into a brawl, which is exactly the kind of fight Ricky Hatton would want.
Well, he's going to try to not let Pacquiao have a moment to relax. Pacquiao could basically sit back and pick apart Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar wasn't punching back. Well, Ricky Hatton is going to punch back, and he is going to punch first tonight. So it'll be a different kettle of fish for Manny Pacquiao.
Rich, you're exactly right. And then not only that, there's lots of head movements, there's lots of feet movement, and the speed of and Pacquiao hurt.
He caught Hatton leaning in
with a big right hook, which he's going to have success with tonight if Hatton doesn't keep his hands up.
And Hatton trying to hang on right now.
Hatton cannot be too careless. Just check with Juan Manuel Marquez about what can happen in the first round against Manny Pacquiao.
Well, this will be an interesting fight because neither one of these guys, as Pacquiao lands another right hand, was really challenged in his last fight.
Oh, Kurt,
Pacquiao with the combinations. Oh, down here in the first round. Manny Pacquiao comes out 2 minutes into the opening round, and he's already knocked down Hatton.
Kurt, the right hook was finding a home all the first round, and it ended up dropping the Hitman hit the floor.
Some extra seconds there for Hatton to recover, but he's in deep trouble with about a half a minute to go.
And Ricky Hatton has struggled against southpaws previously and seems to be in a battle already as Pacquiao is just bringing it to him.
Freddie Roach predicted the third round. He said it as a joke to annoy Mayweather. He might have been a little too conservative.
And Hatton's in trouble again. Final 10 seconds of round one, and Hatton's down for the second time here in this opening round.
If he beats the count, he'll get the 60 seconds rest. And he needs it.
You cannot be saved by the bell, remember that.
Unbelievable first round by Manny Pacquiao.
What an impressive first round by Pacquiao.
These were clean, perfect shots landed by Pacquiao. Look at that! What an incredible shot! Oh, it doesn't get any better than that.
Ricky Hatton had never been knocked down at 140 pounds. He's been knocked down twice already in this opening round by Pacquiao. And we talked about his struggles against left-handers. You have to wonder, is he not able to see that right hook coming because of the weird angle?
Being at the gym and seeing Freddie work, they worked on that punch time and time and time again. And boy, did it pay off.
Hatton is still trying to shake out his legs. Look at him with his legs. He's still feeling the effects of that knockdowns. What a spectacular first round. Hatton just went through the same thing Juan Manuel Marquez did.
Pacquiao out to prove to the world that his victory over Oscar De La Hoya, no fluke.
Hatton knocked Pacquiao off balance with that shot, but Hatton is still rocky.
You know what's amazing too, Rich, is that all the damage was done with the right hand. And there was a time when Pacquiao couldn't even touch it with the right hand, and now he's knocking guys out, or down, I should say, with the right hand.
That's really come the last year or two as he gets rocked that time by Hatton.
Well, with every succeeding year, he's become a more complete fighter. Now, let's not just completely write off Ricky Hatton yet, because remember the Marquez fight. After the spectacular first round of the Marquez fight, for Pacquiao, Marquez dominated the rest of the bout.
You brought up a very good point, Rich, because a lot of guys think he can't be that fast. He doesn't hit that hard until you're in there and you feel the power, and wow, it is a wake-up call.
And I know the great boxing announcer Jim Lampley has said many times about Ricky Hatton, no fighter fights a full 3 minutes of every round like Hatton does, but Pacquiao, not phased at all, connects with a couple left hands again.
Kurt, Ricky Hatton's style seems to play in perfectly into the hands of Manny Pacquiao, the new Manny Pacquiao.
Now Ricky he needs to get through this second round and get himself together. He's got no rhythm at all right now. Anything he may have learned under Floyd Mayweather is completely out the window right now.
And that was what his trainer, Manny Pacquiao's trainer, Freddie Roach, said. You can talk about a new Ricky Hatton and a different style, but once he gets hit, he's going to revert to what he's always been as he takes another left hand to the head.
And there's no defense for a chin. Your chin is what it is, and when you're taking hard shots from Manny Pacquiao.
Well, Hatton got one in there.
But Pacquiao answers back.
But he's getting outscored 5-1, Hatton.
The counter-punching.
And here he comes again, Pacquiao. The combination's doing damage on Hatton. And Ricky Hatton right now seems to be in survival mode as we get to the final 30 seconds of the second round. Needs to get to his corner just to catch his breath. The movement of Pacquiao keeping Hatton in trouble.
Manny Pacquiao never fails to surprise me with what he brings to the table. It's always a little better than I thought.
Oh, Hatton down again.
And that
he might be out this time. That's it. Ricky Hatton is done. Knocked out in the second round by Manny Pacquiao. Is there any question that he is the best fighter in the world right now?
He just cemented his legend.
Not only is he the best fighter in the world,
he's the most exciting fighter.
This is an all-time great. You understand that you're looking, as we look at Ricky Hatton here, but Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great. And it was just a perfect punch. Hatton dropped his right hand, and Pacquiao came right over the lowered left hand. Watch Hatton's left hand go down, and Pacquiao comes right over it.
Right on the button.
The knockout spot. One of the most spectacular, sensational knockouts. And of course, our thoughts are with Ricky Hatton. And we don't want to go too nuts in our commentary here because Ricky, I don't believe, has gotten up yet. But it was there's no more you can ask of Manny Pacquiao.
Well, we didn't really get a chance to get into it. The fight ended so quickly, but the big thing about fighting Pacquiao that so many fighters talk about.
The winner by TKO victory, and now the new IBO and Ring Magazine light welterweight champion of the world, and still pound for pound the best in the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Protect yourself at all times, and what I say, you must obey. Good luck. Touch him up.
11 years after he won his first world title at 112 pounds, Manny Pacquiao goes for number 7 at 147. But a strong, determined, outstanding champion stands between him and that.
Debatable, tainted loss, and almost a 3-1 underdog. That is fuel for this firepower show.
And Miguel is serious. Manny reached out to give him the touch of the gloves in the opening round, and Cotto refused it.
He's been dead serious, start to finish, it seems. And the jab in the face rocks Pacquiao back.
Wow. And just off the jab, you see the power from Cotto.
And that's it. And what an opening salvo, and a little bit of a statement there. I think a very big one.
That was my first key to victory for Pacquiao, for Miguel Cotto tonight, was to use the jab, which he did against Shane Mosley.
Very effectively against Mosley. Pacquiao cannot lunge in. He's got to fight fast. But he's got to be aggressive, but he's got to be careful. They know how dangerous Cotto is, and they think especially early.
You know, Nick, I hate to interrupt, but I'm just so impressed by the couple jabs and the counter left hook that we've seen him land. They really have jolted Pacquiao's head back, and you can really hear them and seem to feel the difference in power off the bat.
He's got to do something to take this guy's speed away, to get around the speed. And the jab will help. Time those rushes. And so far, Cotto having a very good time of it. Pacquiao taking his time here. He's in the red.
A jab will negate speed. And if you remember the pre-Margarito, Miguel Cotto handled speed very well in the likes of Zab Judah and the likes of Shane Mosley.
Well, let's not make Cotto out to be this one-dimensional slugger. He could jab, he could counterpunch, he could box, he finds ways to win.
No, he's a very, very good boxer.
He's got versatility.
A really good point, Rich, that not only did he fight those guys that were southpaw, Zab Judah a southpaw, Carlos Quintana, slick, fast southpaw. Chop Chop Corley, slick, fast southpaw. So he knows how to handle it.
Well, Chop Chop wobbled him, but he overcomes adversity, doesn't he? And here we see body shots a couple of seconds ago from Cotto. So those first left hooks raining in. It's almost a hybrid punch from Cotto, but it really will be a key, as Rich said, to this fight. He's got to use that true welterweight advantage, Miguel Cotto does. He's look bigger, and he is the bigger guy naturally.
Now, Pacquiao has managed successfully so far to keep the fight in the center of the ring, which is where he wants it, and he does not want to be against the ropes.
But he's not fighting fast, Rich.
Well, because he hasn't figured out what to do yet. He has not figured out how to attack Cotto yet.
And it's very early. Listen, we're taking nothing away from the guy who's pound for pound king of the world.
Well, not just that, gentlemen. I think he tasted that leather really early, and he's a little reluctant to let those combinations fly right off the bat.
Winding down round one, and a very good one for the champion in white, Miguel Cotto.
Oh, and this is going to be a good fight.
I thought Miguel Cotto fought a beautiful round, and there he dug a left hook to the body. Mostly he controlled it with his jab, but Cotto, I thought, just fought a beautiful round of boxing.
I agree with you. Was very effective and set the tone very early on.
With that jab, guys. So here we go. Round 2. Half the crowd's on its feet, it seems. Cotto's in the white, coming forward. Counter punch from Pacquiao. The exchange here, but Cotto's the man coming forward. Pacquiao hesitant to lunge in the way he's been prone to do.
Cotto doing a good job with that stiff jab, overflying Pacquiao's speed. Pacquiao letting his hands go a little bit more in this round.
Again, what happens, Rich, when you get hit by a true welterweight?
Right, that's the question. I don't think Manny can win the fight backing up. He's got to go side to side, and he's going to have to show him angles and show punches to Cotto that Cotto hasn't seen before.
He's taking his time, but Cotto's timing Pacquiao well. Cotto gives up his any kind of advantage there by straight left to his knees. Pacquiao moving away from that left hook now. Moving to his left, but now mostly out in, not a lot of angles from him. Much more deliberate fight from Pacquiao. Nice left hand. Cotto absorbs a combination.
Beautiful combinations by Pacquiao, moving, giving him angles, finding a range.
But Cotto keeping in control.
He's figuring things out a little bit now.
And working the body, Cotto.
Well, Cotto in control. He's not reverting right away, getting into a slugfest. There's that left hook, sweeps in on Pacquiao.
That's a power punch, too. You better believe it.
So landing a left hook that's shortening up on it is working well for the orthodox Cotto. Cotto a right to the ribs. Bayless ruins him to keep it up.
This is where he doesn't want to be against the ropes. And that's what Frady was working with Manny this whole camp, to stay off of those ropes.
Absolutely.
Beautiful combination by Pacquiao.
Yeah, but there comes Cotto back, and Pacquiao has picked his shots. He's a precise puncher.
And now we're seeing some of that speed, though, of Pacquiao beginning to make a little bit of a difference for him.
You're right, Rich. I think he had to adjust to the strength of Cotto, and he had to realize that he could hang in there. And now he's able to set a little more into his plan.
Let's see if they'll hang in there.
This is a red-hot round, guys.
Cotto's had his moments. He goes southpaw. Covers up. Just that switch. He doesn't do it a lot. He's a natural left-hander. Body head. But the body really landed. For Cotto. Back comes Pacquiao. Stinging combination.
Do you love it?
Love it. Big combination. Big hook by Cotto.
Cotto's the guy moving forward.
Great second round.
A very close one.
All right, the action was red hot throughout the round. Now Pacquiao began to figure Cotto out, although Cotto still was able to land big shots.
Big combination from Pacquiao, staying on the outside, feeling a little bit more comfortable. Cotto using angles, jabbing.
Well, it doesn't look like a 3-1 fight right now, does it, guys?
Not at all. I thought those odds were preposterous from the beginning.
Round 3, here we go. Manny Pacquiao in the red, mostly in the white, and red is Miguel Cotto, the champion. He's moving forward once again. It's measured aggression. One of Cotto's problems, he gets hit a lot. Sparring and the real thing. He's been wobbled. He's overcome adversity. He's been cut. He finds ways to win.
Well, you know, the guys that have really given him problems, Nick, have been big, strong guys like Margarito, Claudia, that come forward cutting punches. For some reason, he does well against quick guys with quick hands, and he seems to nullify the speed with that crisp jab of his.
Yeah, if he could time him, and he's done a good job, but here comes lightning combination from Pacquiao, and Pacquiao moving forward for the first time in the third round.
Beautiful counter shot by Pacquiao.
Yeah, here comes angles, and that's a bad break for the champion.
But it is a knockdown.
It is a knockdown.
7, woo! Hey, okay.
Is he hurt? Did he get slipped? Is Manny going to try to close it out big? Could be very dangerous for him.
Here comes Pacquiao coming forward. He's off the jab now. Pacquiao's in front of him. taking the lead here, driving the champion back, but here comes Cotto southpaw again. Cotto's been down.
Now he's bullying Pacquiao there. That's the right thing for him to do, which he shouldered him off.
Oh, he runs into the hook, Pacquiao. But the champion retreats and resets. But I'll tell you, I like the speed of Cotto. He doesn't look so slow.
Cotto does not look slow at all. He seemed to match him with counter punches, and Pacquiao cannot get overconfident and think he has his man hurt and at the point where he's going to go for the knockout.
But this is so huge if it's a 10-8 round for Pacquiao. Pacquiao's had the champion on the floor. A flash knockdown in round 3. Body shots absorbed nicely. Pacquiao says, give me more. But Pacquiao grazes the ropes. They don't want him there, as Mario said. 3 shots for the champion. Cotto with a hook. Pacquiao comes up with air. Cotto bites down with more power shots. A lot of those Pacquiao punches missing.
We should remember, too, that Miguel Cotto is a guy who has been shaken in fights. He has been knocked down, like by Ricardo Torres. He knows how to get up and win.
Yes, a lot of heart. Heart is never questioned. That was a big combination.
You know what I'm giving? You know what? I'm starting to lean towards a 10-9 round here. Cotto's winning this round big, I think. I mean, other than the knockdown. You give Pacquiao the round, but is it a 10-8 round?
Cotto's cut, I believe, under his right eye, if I'm mistaken.
All right, let's take a look at the knockdown now. Manny coming forward. Oh, that's a solid knockdown. That is a definite knockdown. A right to the head sent Cotto down. There's nothing flukish about that one. He brought the punches up from the body. Beautifully done by Pacquiao.
So arguably a 10-8 round, huh?
Cotto answered with a nice uppercut. Hook to the body, uppercut, straight right. Beautiful combination.
I thought Cotto dominated the rest of the round, but the knockdown was Manny Pacquiao, and the round belonged to him for sure.
Well, that'll be an if this fight goes the distance. It'll be interesting to see how they scored that one. I scored a 10-8.
10-8 probably, but arguably a 10-9. Here comes Miguel Cotto out, walking into Pacquiao. Pacquiao has not been lunging in. He's really picked his spots to flurry.
And I think that's a big show of respect for Cotto's strength.
Absolutely. Pacquiao able to try to fight backing up. He could do it, and he may have to do it if this one goes the distance, because Cotto is coming with measured aggression. Oh, left hand lands to the face.
Pacquiao did not slide off those ropes, and he had to pay the price.
Another left hand, but Pacquiao answers with a counter left and then a right to the body by Pacquiao.
Clearly, this is the most Pacquiao's been hit in the last 3-4 fights.
Since Marquez, maybe, huh?
Sure.
Nice body shot by Pacquiao. That's what he should be doing, turning, and reloading.
And usually when he was, you mentioned Marquez, it was due to counter punches. This is the first time he's gotten hit so much with him not being the aggressor.
Well, Cotto looks strong, but Pacquiao is fighting back very well.
But I don't think Cotto's doing it with counter punches the way Marquez did. I think he's doing it more like Eric Morales did it.
Mario said, right. He's much more aggressive. So this is a different kind of boatload for Manny Pacquiao to handle. Pacquiao turning, perfect.
And a nice body shot by Pacquiao as well.
Whoa, that's textbook. But does he want to get into a slugfest with him? Cotto wants to make it a war, it looks like. Left hook lands from Cotto, and now they're slugging it.
And much has been made, Nick, of Cotto's body attack, but Pacquiao himself has a great body attack, and his punches come so fast, it's very hard to see.
Wow, that was a beautiful, beautiful two-way action bit.
It's deafening in here, and you've got 17,000 on their feet.
It was a close round, guys. Man, these rounds are clicking on like they're 2-minute rounds.
And I didn't think I'd see Manny be just resting on the ropes.
Manny's been driven back at times, but here he comes forward. Boy, he had flashes of brilliance in this round. Turning Cotto, running him into shots. Cotto's left-handed now, trying to tee off with that left hand. Now he's back orthodox.
And he can switch because he's a natural southpaw.
Oh, nice movement from Cotto to avoid those shots. And he's down again. Combination puts him down.
He's hurt this time. He's very wobbly. I'm watching his legs. He's trying to get his legs back. He is very wobbly.
He's been down twice. He'll get saved by the bell, it seems.
Maybe.
Whoa, a 10-8 round again.
You could do this, Miguel.
All right, let's take a look at it. Pacquiao, just a brilliant left hook. Look at it, it's a one-punch knockdown. And you could see he was actually flagging in the wind, it looked like, before he went down.
Pacquiao with the flurries and a beautiful left hook. It was sort of an uppercut. There it is. Series of uppercuts. Cotto coming forward, using his momentum, and Pacquiao with his power punch, catching him with that beautiful left hook.
You know, Manny Pacquiao is a freak. How does a kid who was a flyweight continue to carry this power?
Well, not only
up the
that,
ladder?
not only bring his power, Rich, he still has that same speed.
Here comes Cotto forward, but Pacquiao is on the move now. He knows he can slug with him. He's gotten, obviously, the champion's attention and immense respect. He's put him on the floor twice, and we're only in the fifth. Here comes Cotto marching forward. They told him, you're fighting his fight. And I don't understand what that is. I mean, it should be a war of aggression, but the war of attrition is taking its toll on the champion.
Well, Cotto needs to get a rhythm back here, and he can start with the jab.
He had success early in the first round.
And there it comes. That's what he needs to just establish his rhythm again.
Because Pacquiao's too fast for him otherwise. Nice left jab from Cotto, but back comes Pacquiao combinations. And he's coming forward.
I thought if they stood and traded, Cotto would get the better of the exchanges due to the body attacks, but it's been the other way around.
It's exactly outslug the slugger. Pacquiao turning, looking for angles. Right hand. He's looking to line up that left, isn't he?
Much like he did with Ricky Hatton.
Absolutely. Cotto barrels forward behind the left hand. At least he's coming in punching. It's absolutely crucial that he does, or he's going to walk into something big. Cotto southpaw again. Well, now he's squared up. Middle of the ring where Pacquiao wants to be. Let's see if he'll turn.
Pacquiao has not pressed his advantage in this round.
They've slowed down just a bit, but here comes Cotto.
He had him hurt, you're exactly right, Rich. And he's abandoned going to the body, which really slowed him down, I thought, in the round when he got the knockdown.
Close round and not quite the fierce tempo we saw in the prior round. Cotto's been on the floor twice. The champion, the underdog, fighting for his belt and maybe his career.
He should be roughing up Pacquiao right in this area. Pacquiao's taking the round off.
This is where he wants to keep the fight.
Well, Cotto was dazed in that other round, that last round, so he's got to pace himself.
Cotto's trying to bully him here a little, and I think it's the proper strategy for him to use.
But don't you think Pacquiao could fight all night? And I don't know about down the stretch with Cotto and stamina now. He's been rocked and hurt.
You know, but did all that drama in his camp, in the typhoons, the travel, the only really 3 weeks of training, is that going to catch up in the later rounds? That remains to be seen with Pacquiao.
We'll see. If it goes later, Mario.
It's true, Nick.
End of 5. Close round.
Manny Pacquiao, the big right hand. Cotto plotting, abandoning the jab, which he was having success with. This is what I didn't want to see. The uppercut from Cotto. This is what, Freddie didn't want to see from Manny, him laying against the ropes, and he's been doing that a lot, and Cotto not taking the full advantage.
Round 6 coming up here at the MGM Grand. Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto. Cotto's been dropped twice. Pacquiao, we have him, arguably had 48-45, guys?
That's what I have it at 48-45. I gave that last round to Miguel Cotto.
I did as well. Mario?
I have it 49-44. I still gave it to Manny because he seemed to answer everything Cotto was giving him. But I don't know why I still have the feeling that Cotto has the power still to end this with one shot.
He certainly does. He's got a slugger's chance, but I worry about I'm concerned about his stamina. Being down, being wobbled, being hurt, but he has gotten up and won before that way.
I'll tell you one thing. After seeing Miguel Cotto fight Ricardo Torres, I will never write him off in a fight.
Absolutely. Because he said that's a
He had his world rocked, didn't he?
And by a big, big puncher.
Yep. But Pacquiao's inexhaustible. He's fighting a very measured fight. He really hasn't overextended anything in terms of energy. He's had his tremendous bursts, but very much in control is Manny Pacquiao on the left.
And that's a Pacquiao of old. Upstairs, downstairs, darting in, darting out. That's when he's the most effective.
Yeah, free shots here as Cotto can't dial in round 6.
This is such high-quality stuff. This is boxing at its highest level.
You're exactly right. And to see two champions, world-class, trade like this and really put on a show, it's the best for the sport. That's why this product is unbelievable.
Pacquiao has the champion on the ropes momentarily.
Yeah, I thought he dinged him there a little bit.
And you know, it's funny. It's just odd that Cotto's been southpaw more times in this fight than most already. But he is fighting a southpaw and hasn't been effective changing over, trying to land that left from the southpaw position just to close distance. Pacquiao having a better round than Cotto here, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, he's been active this round. I thought he kind of took that last round off.
A lot of steam has been taken from Cotto.
I agree, Mario.
A lot of steam. Beautiful body shot. Those are those sneaky body shots. There's another one. I'm telling you.
Is Cotto wearing down as we approach the halfway mark of a scheduled 12-rounder? He's been dropped twice. And there's no question he's behind in this fight, as Manny Pacquiao tries to take a title at a 7th weight class.
Cotto cut, bleeding.
And backing up.
And when he uses the jab, very effective.
Cotto adjusting here a little bit. Maybe it's starting to employ a different strategy.
And he's been very good recently, Rich, at making adjustments and doing what he has to do to win.
Oh, he got hit flush. Flush with the left hand. And Pacquiao's holding on to him.
And possibly, and big shot by Cotto.
Big return fire from Cotto, but a big round from Manny Pacquiao.
And a smile from Manny Pacquiao as he goes to the corner. Round 7 should be interesting.
Cotto's face beginning to take on a very jaded look here now as Cotto came through, and that was a quality left hook that Miguel landed, driving Pacquiao back, as you can see, thrown with speed and really a lot of power.
Pacquiao answering with a big shot that really rocked Cotto at the end of the round.
Isn't that ironic, though, guys? They're telling Cotto, get off the ropes. That's what Pacquiao's game should be. For me, Cotto should take Pacquiao to the ropes, but they don't want him on the ropes. They want him to box.
It is.
Try to land that hook. I sense that sense of desperation now. They got to land a big punch. Cotto. Pacquiao's just got to keep boxing the way he is. He's landing enough power shots.
This fight, and because of 24/7, really generated a lot of interest from outside of the boxing world. Hence, the office pool at my work. And I've got the 7th round.
Here comes Pacquiao on big. Cotto trying to time that rush, but Pacquiao far busier and more effective even in this 7th.
And you can hear those shots.
Back came Cotto with a left hook. He's southpaw again. Now he's orthodox.
He's impressing me with the shots he's been able to take. Because Cotto's landed some pretty solid shots, and Pacquiao's taken well, which was a big concern.
Yes. First round, we said it was different. It appeared that welterweight power was forging to the forefront for Cotto. He looked like a big, powerful guy that was getting Manny's attention and respect.
It just seemed like he was trying to figure out the way to attack, and he figured it out.
He did.
You're
All
exactly
angles.
right, Rich.
Look, all fresh angles, new punching opportunities for Manny Pacquiao. And Cotto is southpaw again, and he gets hit on the way in. He's leaning into punches now, and now he's walking back and getting driven back.
Yeah, Manny looks like he's warming up, though, again.
Absolutely. He's chasing him down.
Yeah, he's the aggressor now. Cotto's, the fight is completely switched here.
Exactly.
Cotto is the guy backing up and trying to box.
It's the height of irony.
And Cotto is breathing with his mouth wide open.
Cotto's throwing single shots infrequently. When's the last time we saw a right hand from Miguel Cotto? Cotto now on the jab, trying to turn Pacquiao. Pacquiao trying to time him.
Cotto trying to pull a Tommy Hearns when Hearns fought Ray Leonard, when their roles reversed in that fight dramatically in the 7th round.
Here comes Cotto with a combination.
Combination that worked earlier in the fight. Manny blocked it this time.
Manny's trying to line up that left again, it seems.
Beautiful corners.
Left hand from Cotto. This is I thought it was a close round in some regard, but who'd you have do enough to squeak by in that one?
Well, I thought Pacquiao won the round.
Yeah, just enough, I thought.
Very close round there.
Cotto's got to play serious catch-up.
round. Ginawag lalong, ginawag lalong. Ginawag lalong. Ginawag lalong, brother. Use your movement. Poseo en círculo.
Keep circling him.
Miguel, ¿cómo sientes?
How do you feel, Miguel? He said he feels good.
La mano la de
All right, we take a look. There's the speed of Pacquiao. See how that tells? He was able to get off 3 punches very quickly before Cotto could even react there. Another double combination. Tremendous speed by Pacquiao, telling at many points in this fight.
Cotto's trying everything. He's been southpaw numerous times to no avail. Now they want him to box and circle the ring. He's fallen hopelessly behind, guys.
Well, he's well behind, but I don't have a feeling that he's out of the fight.
Right. I was just about to say that he's behind, but not out of it, and he's telling his quarter he's fine, and he's good, but his face is telling a different story.
But do you think not out of it because he has a puncher's chance, or that he could box his way back in? I think he's running out of rounds to do that.
I think he's running out of rounds, but history shows that he's been able to make adjustments before, and he still has that puncher's chance.
Yeah. Punch, that's what I mean. He's got to knock him out.
I still think Cotto could win the fight on points, but I think he would need to score a knockdown along the way to do that.
Well, absolutely that. Boy, Pacquiao very much, again, in control. Very measured aggression. He'll fight in bursts, though. He eats a left hand there, but it's a single shot. Cotto's got to come back with the right.
But Miguel's finding a rhythm with his legs now.
Yeah, that's one of the adjustments we're talking about that he's made. He started just in this 7th round, being more on his toes, staying on the outside, picking his shots. I don't know if he's being effective, but he's surviving.
He got his arm up in time to block that shot by Pacquiao.
You know, Pacquiao doesn't have some great inside game, but he's just so quick that the fresh angle's there for him. But look at Pacquiao walking to the champion.
The smaller man walking him down.
Moving him to the ropes. Big left hand, which he's tried to line up all night.
And this is the very same arena and ring where Cotto suffered his last defeat. Will it be deja vu?
There you go. Cotto with no head movement. He may be moving his feet, but he's still a target. Left hook to the body by him. So Pacquiao with that burst of firepower, winning this round as well, it would appear. There's the right hand from Cotto. Tries a combination.
Cotto had a great first minute, too, in this round.
Pacquiao combinations land. Cotto in retreat. He's on the ropes now. And Pacquiao with free shots after free shots. The faster man and standing up to the power of the purportedly bigger guy.
And the role's been reversed as far as the aggressor getting against the ropes.
Oh,
and Cotto
yes. Another one for Pacquiao, huh, guys?
Manny Pacquiao putting Cotto up against the rope, unleashing combinations, just missing with the body shot there. Nice counter, left hook by Cotto, strongest punch. Pacquiao taking it very well.
Cotto bleeding, and he's bleeding on the eye, the same gash that Joshua Clottey, in the Joshua Clottey fight early. Will that be a factor? It's pretty late in the fight now. We don't think so. But Cotto needs a knockout.
And these rounds are flying by, gentlemen. We're in the ninth round.
Wow. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Oh, Nick, I can watch him fight all night.
There's body work. We haven't seen that in a while from Cotto.
They want Miguel to keep moving, and it's not a bad idea. He did good. He seemed to find a rhythm, but he's got to throw the jab when he moves. He can't just move. Just dancing and not throwing will not win him the fight.
He might survive, but he won't win.
Knockdowns or knockout. Multiple knockdowns or knockout at this point, guys. You know, does he have the strength at this point?
Cotto's problem is he starts strong almost in every round. He fights a good minute, minute and a half, but it's always Pacquiao that comes on.
Pacquiao, from what I hear in sparring too, the problem is he's quick to make adjustments, and then he just overwhelms you with his counter, so it's hard for you to counter that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think Cotto got stunned.
Here he comes.
I saw him back off, and I saw a little look on his face.
Yes. His nose is really bleeding now. Cotto's face showing
Pacquiao is zeroing in now. All about aggression. This could turn into a war of attrition right now.
A couple of big power shots just missed. A lot of time left in this ninth round.
Pacquiao's work rate has been so measured. Oh, and now the champion absorbing punches. It could turn into a systematic baiting unless the champion could turn things around. And now he's wobbled badly and holding on. As Pacquiao launched a furious assault.
A minute left, gentlemen.
That's a long minute for Miguel Cotto.
Stay on his feet. And to get out of this fight, get to the next round. We'll see. He's trying to get his legs. He's on the ropes.
Oh, and a big combination by Miguel.
Oh,
yeah, but this is a beatdown now, Mario.
It is. It's systematic. Pacquiao looking for the evening-ending combination. Half minute to go in the ninth. Coming at him from all angles, but punching what he wants.
Pacquiao asking him to come forward with the tap of the gloves.
Another flurry. Drives the champion
Boy,
back.
look at the face. It looks terrible on Cotto. He's getting all puffy, bruised all over.
They might stop it in the corner.
He's got to fight back.
This is close to a 10-8 round without a knockdown.
Absolutely.
An overwhelmingly dominant round by Manny Pacquiao, taking complete control of the fight, doing it there with speed and combinations, leaving Cotto no choice but to do anything but just defend himself. He really couldn't fire back in this round as he was in previous rounds. Look at Manny just exploding. They're not all landing, but the speed is there, and Cotto can't answer.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier, guys, is the overwhelming punches that you just don't either have time or no reason to want to answer them.
Well, Cotto's corner made it emphatically clear. They're giving him one more round, but Cotto's a guy who's had to do it on his own and make adjustments and overcome adversity. It's a very deep, precarious hole he's in now. down twice, wobbled badly, beaten up systematically. Maybe 3 rounds to go if he gets back into the fight and wins this.
And I got to tell you, the first 30 seconds of this fight, I really thought we'd be seeing a different fight at this point.
Wow, wasn't that a punctuation point, Mario?
I think more just all the credit with Pacquiao making a beautiful adjustment, psychologically maybe, as well as in the game plan.
He didn't rattle at all, did he?
You know, I really thought coming into this fight that the tumultuous nature of the camp of Manny Pacquiao this time, the 3 different training sites, the discord within his camp with people not getting along, that it might have an effect, and it just hasn't shown itself at all. It hasn't worked.
It take its toll.
He's a machine. He's a machine.
Rocky 3 will not come to fruition, it seems, tonight.
Yeah, he loves the fight, doesn't he? All right, Cotto trying to box now. He needs to land that power punch. He's knocked people down with jabs. He's knocked people out with the hook, with the right hand. He needs it all now.
He looks like he's trying to gather himself for one big assault.
Yeah. Pacquiao moving forward. Hasn't looked crisp this round, but
I think Miguel would like to start something with that big left hook of his.
He's got to ignite something offensively. Who knows how he feels, how tired, how exhausted.
Well, he's moving around like he's had a lot of energy, and I think Manny's just waiting for him to settle a little bit. It's almost like a matador waiting for the bull to slow down for the final slay. He's tired of running.
I think Pacquiao could fight all night, can he? Half minute to go in the 10th. And we'll go to the corners and see. At least the champion has found himself a little bit. And will they let him go to the 11th? It appears so.
Well, he didn't get hurt any worse in this round.
And he gathered himself a bit. But he didn't even win it, it would seem. Freddie Roach hasn't had to tell Manny Pacquiao much.
Boo Boy Fernandez, translator, friend, confidant.
These 3-minute rounds must seem like 30-minute rounds to Cotto at this point. Complete role reversal, and it happened before the halfway mark of this fight.
Now, is it a matter of just pride now, Cotto finishing on his feet, as opposed to really trying to win this fight in the last 6 minutes? Because if he does what his corner's asking him to do, which is box like he did the last round, that's not going to win you the round.
Not going to win it. So, you know, how do you land the left hook that hasn't landed much of the night? How do you suddenly land it? He's got to start by throwing it.
He's feints by Manny Pacquiao.
You know, I think the in terms of the punch count and the rate is way down for both guys in this fight. And credit Pacquiao, he's controlled this pace the entire fight. There he goes when he wants.
There's that body
when he wants. He got caught coming in there, but he's full of fight now, halfway through the 10th.
But Cotto was just trying to pick a spot.
Well, look, Pacquiao fighting when he wants, coasting when he wants. It's all him.
Cotto just has not been able to offer much in return in the last couple of rounds.
No, it's turned into survival mode.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, he's moving well. His legs are still strong.
And the crowd just waiting for an end, you know, for an end, for the flurry of the punch that ends it.
And I don't think Miguel believes he can pull it off anymore.
No. He had that look on his face in the corner where he wants to maybe just have a moral victory by ending it on his feet at this point.
No, nothing's working, guys. Nothing.
Manny.
And that's just a stare down. Wow. The bigger man has surfaced tonight. He's in red.
Rich, I know they're totally different fighters, but assuming deal can be made, anything you've seen tonight give you indication that Pacquiao can handle himself with Mayweather.
Sure. Funny.
And Manny's going to try to close this out in a big way.
I would think so. 3 minutes to go.
And there he goes.
Pacquiao is all over him.
It looked like they were trying to stop the fight when they came into the ring, but Kenny Bayless was collecting the cards and didn't see them waving it off.
One of the photographers was actually on the apron saying, "Congratulations," and Kenny had his face turned.
Well, now we're in the 12th, needless to say. And Manny is in the house as the champ lifts up from every seat in the house, it would seem. The Puerto Rican crowd has gone silent. Stinging combinations, and Kenny Bayless calls it off.
Round knockout for Manny Pacquiao.
When will it ever end for Pacquiao? There is no limit, it seems, to what this man can do.
I said it.
As he's now welterweight champion of the world.
Nick, I said it after the Ricky Hatton fight. I'll say it again, and I feel even stronger about it. We are looking at one of the all-time greats. This guy stands with the greats in the great pantheon of boxing in any decade, in any era. Manny Pacquiao stands tall. He is one of the all-time greats.
7-division champion from flyweight to now welterweight. Hottest fighter on the planet. There is no doubt. Number 1 pound for pound. Who could argue that? Electrifying win once again over a megastar.
Speed tells.
Absolutely, and he used it.
But once again, speed mixed with power, and that speed helps his power.
Absolutely. I don't think he wasted anything, Rich. You know, he didn't go out there and try to throw 100 punches around, and he didn't have to. That smile on the face again as he hugs Bob Arum, his promoter. And for the vanquished champion, this will be a holiday season of deep reflection, Rich.
Well, Miguel Cotto had some great moments. First round he fought brilliantly, but then the second round he took that knockdown and it kind of threw him off. And the fourth round he definitely got hurt.
Guy after guy, you know, star after star, though, gets chopped down and taken out by this man Pacquiao.
Too much speed, too many shots. Kenny Bayless realized it in the end. Pacquiao coming, landing strong shots. Bayless jumped in. He didn't want to see Cotto take any more punishment. Just too many shots. It really wasn't any harder or more dramatic than any of the other punches, but Kenny realized that enough is enough.
You know, Rich, and the tribute to the winner is that the guy who lost did everything he could right, it seemed. He didn't do anything wrong, from his training to his strategy and tactics, but it just didn't work against this man, as it usually doesn't. Manny Pacquiao is on top of the boxing world. He came in a near 3-1 favorite. We questioned that, but he dominated in that fashion.
Referee Kenny Bayless steps in to call a halt to this contest. The official time, 55 seconds of round 12, the final round, the winner by TKO victory, and new WBO welterweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
Fabulous night for boxing, but I think a great night for boxing, Rich, in that this guy on a roll like none other in the sport.
You will give me specific instructions. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. First of all, good luck.
All right, so we're set to go. Manny's got on the red gloves. He's wearing his light blue trunks, and Algieri's wearing blue with white and red.
Well, and Algieri considers himself the true Rocky story. He is a severe underdog. He knows it, but he's not bothered by it. He's ready to achieve what many think is unachievable. Can he do it?
Well, he did it against Provodnikov, and it was the same situation for him there. Trunks look in similar colors. Of course, you know these fighters. Pacquiao has the white on top of his trunks. Algieri has the white going down the side, since Manny's on the monitors look not as light as they are when you see him in reality. Algieri has his name on the back, and Pacquiao has his name on the front. Manny also has the solid red gloves, red, white, and blue shoes, and Chris has the tassels on his shoes. And just in case that you've been watching fights under a rock someplace and you don't know who Manny Pacquiao is, he's the southpaw to the left of your screen.
And you can see a stark, distinct difference in the two's size.
Pacquiao caught him with a shot right there, Rich.
And that's a little bit surprising. Many, and I think the general consensus is that Algieri will have his best moments early, utilizing his movement, that it would be just the opposite of the fight with Provodnikov when he had a terrible first round and had to come on late to win. But Pacquiao is putting on some pressure here. Algieri moves around that. He's very athletic. He moves around that ring very easily.
He's a great athlete. He's well conditioned. But Manny, you know, for all that he does, when it comes to boxing, he gets real serious. He seems to be able to appropriate the right amount of time for everything that he does in his life, and he has never come into a fight that he wasn't in great shape.
Well, I'll tell you, I've never, in regards to what you say, Colonel, seen any athlete in any sport compartmentalize different categories in their lives the way that Manny Pacquiao is able to do it.
Well, it's so hard to do. You got to be a consummate professional and take every part of your life, and when you're involved with that part, just focus on it. And he's focused for tonight, I can assure you of that. So is Chris. That's why this is so interesting. Chris hasn't landed anything heavy yet. He's relying on the jab, relying on his height and reach. He slipped on the Takati sign there with his back foot, so he had no power when he went with the right hand. Manny continues to sort of chase him around, which is probably what he's going to have to do most of the night, because Chris does move, and he moves well. And he picks his shots, and he's trying to take advantage of his jab.
The whole thing about Algieri's size, the fact that he's so tall and has the big reach advantage, and Pacquiao seemed hardly concerned about that at all. He said, look, I fought taller fighters, a lot taller fighters than me before. I fought Antonio Margarito, just destroyed him. And he has been working, however, with big guys in his sparring. Victor Postal, who's 5'11", and Mike Jones, who's a 6-footer. So he's been working out with guys who have that same kind of height.
Round one in the books. That's a Pacquiao round, just based on more punches thrown and more activity. So that was kind of a punch that he took off the hands of Algieri that really puffed up that eye of his. And we'll see how much of a factor that turns out to be. That was one of the few really good punches that Algieri landed in round one, but it was effective and very important, because you could see in the slow motion where it stretched the eye down, which would cause that thing to pop up. Caught him again with a left hook. Manny went after him, but the gloves were up protecting Algieri.
Algieri looks very calm in there to me.
Very calm. I mean, this is a huge stage for him, fighting on HBO in the United States and TopRank.com worldwide. It's huge.
The one other new thing we mentioned, as we see Manny going to the body here of Algieri with some good shots. This time he incorporated basketball into his life as well, as all those other things that you mentioned, Colonel. There's the first knockdown.
Did he
of the
call
fight.
that a knockdown?
Yes.
Yeah, because his right foot slipped from beneath him, and the replay will show that on that logo. But it's officially scored as a knockdown. There might have been a punch behind it, but when we see the replay, you watch the way the foot slips behind him. But that's going to make it a 10-8 round anyway for Manny Pacquiao. The important feature at this stage of the fight is that it wasn't a big knockdown. He wasn't hurt by it at all. And I think if we have a wide shot of the replay, that we'll see that his foot slipped from behind him, and Gino was in too tight to see that.
And because Algieri went through the nightmare of that first round against Ruslan Provodnikov, I don't think that bothers him at all. The fact that he had a brief visit to the canvas there.
I'm very anxious to see the replay to see if what I thought I saw in that slip across the way was exactly what happened and what punch came just before it. But it's officially scored as a knockdown. Manny really chasing after this guy. Caught him with a decent right hand that time.
That actually was the better punch.
A much better punch than whatever happened to score the knockdown.
As fights wear on, Manny starts putting these punches together. He starts punching 2, 3, 4, 5 punches at a time. And Algieri's going to have to show that he can deal with that.
Well, he doesn't want to mix it up with him, especially early. And there he is with a punch shot with that right hand. That's been effective on a couple of occasions for Chris. He's got new shoes on, which I would expect he has. They're not scuffed up enough, and that's a problem when you have wet logos in the corner this time of, when there's been a lot of fights already, although that wasn't a neutral corner. All right, the bell ends, and that's it.
All right, we'll take a look at some of the action there now. Pacquiao coming forward. You did see a punch, but as he goes back, his legs definitely slip out from underneath him. But the fact that the punch gave momentum to him going backwards, that's why they called it a knockdown. But it's a spurious knockdown.
Yeah, it actually was his right foot, his toe that slipped behind him, and he was in the process of falling down anyway. So Gino called it right. And, when the fight goes into the corner, the referee moves in, so he can't see the feet. So you call what you see, and so Gino Rodriguez, a veteran of more than 70 world title fights, called that one right. This is round number 3. Manny Pacquiao on the assault.
I thought it was interesting in his corner when his trainer said to Algieri, we've got 2 more like this. So in other words, he's figuring on 4 rounds of Algieri basically running, boxing, moving, and then beginning to set down on his punches perhaps and take command of the fight. That might be dreaming, but
well, his Las Vegas trainer, Tim Lane, knows what he's talking about. He's a former world champion kickboxer and has been working with him in Las Vegas. And, of course, Keith Trimble works with him in New York, and they're both here tonight.
And keep in mind that although Manny's taking the early lead here, by this time in the fight with Provodnikov, Algieri was a complete train wreck.
Totally, yeah.
His eye was blown up, his nose was busted, it's been down 2 times.
Well, in order to offset what already has happened, Algieri needs to win 3 rounds in a row, and he's not winning this round. Manny Pacquiao is outboxing him right now. But it sounds almost calculated the way Chris is fighting at this stage in the fight, according to what Tim was saying in the corner. Algieri facing you, Manny Pacquiao with his back to you. This fight is for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Manny Pacquiao is that current champion. And of course, Algieri is the 140-pound champion.
He's having some luck with that lead right, Algieri.
Yeah, he has. He's caught him, I think, 3 times that I've counted so far with the lead right hand. I think that just glanced below the chin.
Clearly, Algieri has a strategy, and they're sticking to it. And it's, as his trainer said prior to the fight, it would not be a surprise strategy. We all know what he's going to do. He's not going to fight in a phone booth with Manny.
And he shouldn't, but he's given away these first 3 rounds, and that's for sure. Manny goes with that left hand lead. When he loads that up, that's his power shot. He can knock a guy out with that. Nice body shot by Pacquiao. Closing seconds now. This is the 3rd round of the fight. A little bit of a chess match right now for Manny to try and catch up with this guy and figure him out, but he's won every round.
Well, Manny is certainly, I don't see like tiring or anything like that. Or, in fact, Pacquiao really hasn't unloaded a high number of punches.
Not for him. But, you know, he's been doing a lot of chasing too. And that, you know, that may be what he's saying about, you know, it's working exactly the way we want. We want him chasing you down and trying to tire the older guy out.
Pacquiao's an expert at cutting the ring off and punching from angles.
And now his work rate is coming up a bit and landing more. Body shot, nothing too heavy. Manny looks almost a little frustrated sometimes, but he's catching him with some decent shots too, Rich.
Well, Manny's coming real good right now. He's cutting the distance. Algieri wants to keep it a distance fight.
Well, that part, if that's what they were talking about in the corner, Algieri is certainly executing it. But he walked into a nice uppercut there. Gets back, protects himself, takes him on the gloves.
Algieri felt that uppercut.
Yes, he did. Good body shot, 3 punches by Manny. Chris goes with that right hand lead, which has been effective for him.
His best punch.
Yeah, he rolls away from that right hand pretty good as he was sliding down the ropes, did Chris Algieri. Couldn't tell if that one really nailed him. The crowd reacts to everything that Manny does, whether the punch lands or doesn't land. And I don't think that one particularly landed. And he has that right hand again. So Algieri, you know, touching Manny up a few times with the right hand. Twice in this round. Just missed that one, did Chris. So he's trying to keep him away with the left jab, and every once in a while go with the right hand lead, which has been effective, and it was effective against Provednikov several occasions. But certainly Freddie, who trained Provednikov for that fight, knows everything about Algieri.
Of course, Freddie thought that this fight wouldn't go past 3 rounds.
Well, you know, Freddie is...
he backs his guys.
Yeah, he does. Freddie's Freddie. I learned one thing over a 40-year career, Rich. I never listened to trainers.
I'm a little surprised that that right hand lead has been as successful as it is for Algieri.
Well, you know,
that hurts. Pacquiao landing a very damaging left cross.
All right, we get ready to go to round 4. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Rich Murata. Christina Ponches working with us as well. Our principal's in there, Chris Algieri with his back to you. That's Manny Pacquiao facing you with the red gloves on.
I'm interested in seeing here, Colonel, if Algieri now tries to pick up his offensive output. Because they talked, remember, after the 2nd round, you got 2 more rounds of this. After the 3rd round, you see what's happening, it's all unfolding. So apparently I would think that by plan, round 5 is when they expect to start picking it up.
Well, they better start picking it up because he's got to win after 4 rounds. He's got to win 5 straight rounds just to be even. Don't forget, we had that knockdown back in the 2nd round. Manny on the assault again.
Most of those punches were missing, though, by Pacquiao. I didn't think that was low.
Algieri facing you now. White gloves. Manny the southpaw. He went with that left-hand lead that time. And the right-hand lead for the orthodox fighter, Algieri, has been successful for. Staying back. Algieri picks his shots when he comes in. Manny tries to keep pressure on, and Algieri making a miss a lot. Can you remember, Rich? I'm trying to think if I've seen Manny missing any shots as he's missing tonight as well. And he's landing more, but he's missing a lot of shots too with the movement of Algieri.
No, I really can't. He has missed quite a few punches. He's missed quite a few just in this round alone.
Yeah. Well, that's what made me think of it, particularly. Minute to go in the fifth.
Algieri trying to get that jab going.
I mean, Chris is doing fine boxing, but he's just not scoring enough. There's not enough offense. His defense is beautiful, except for Manny lands more punches. He goes to that right hand. That right hand has been the most effective. He feinted with the left, but didn't let the right hand go. He's got to let his hands go more, I'll tell you that.
I do think this has been Algieri's best round.
It has been, but he still hasn't landed enough shots. Manny's landed more. As many as he misses, he still is landing more. But none of them, very few of them are clean. Maybe that's what they're talking about in Algieri's corner. And if that's the case, then, that's his strategy. Closing seconds now of this, the fifth round. In a chess match of a fight, although Pacquiao's in front. By the way, that's unofficially. All right, so here we go. And there's a round that Rich thought that you could make a case for Algieri, and I wouldn't disagree with him one bit that Algieri may very well have won the fifth round. I think at least some judges will be split on that one. Well, is Manny more active but still hasn't landed anything here in the sixth? Taken on the back of the glove.
We have not seen yet the whirlwind, and we may see it from Manny, that hurricane force that he can become in the ring. But I think we suspected that might be the case for a few rounds because of the style of Algieri.
Well, let's say in the first minute of this sixth round, Pacquiao hasn't landed a shot. Now, Chris may have only landed one or two, but Manny hasn't landed anything. Well, there's the jab, jab, jab. Nothing big. Manny caught him a couple times there now, and that steals the eyes of the judges.
I'll tell you one thing, when Algieri feels Manny, he gets out of town quick.
Yeah, he does. But he really hasn't taken a real solid flush shot. And if he has, it's only been one or two. I didn't think that was a low blow. I mean, he was reaching in, but I'm not the referee. And Gino's right on top of it.
That was a good one.
That was a good shot, is right. And his Manny realized he may have hurt him, and he dropped him. And that's kind of the way he rolled over against Svendikov in the first round of the last fight.
It was that first shot that got him. Manny's got a full minute now to try to make his prediction of a knockout come true.
Well, he wasn't hurt badly by that. It's funny the way he rolls over. And let's see if Manny can catch him again. That was a pretty good straight left hand. He hurt him again and dropped him. That's a knockdown. This makes it a 10-7 round.
Algieri's claiming that he slipped in the corner again.
And he may have.
Come on forward.
We'll check that out in between rounds. Unless in the next 25 seconds, Manny can catch him again. Remember, there's no 3 knockdown rule in this fight. Pacquiao's certainly putting the pressure on him. And if Algieri was crawling in back in the 5th round, this makes it a 10-7 round. Unless he drops him again. All right. 2 knockdowns. That makes it a 10-7 round.
All right, let's take a look at it now. There you see that strong left by Pacquiao. That hurt him. You saw his legs do a little dipsy-doodle there, so you could tell that he was hurt. And then he just basically went down from the fusillade of punches, but it was that first straight left that really got him and hurt him and put him in a bad way. That was the first knockdown. Now take a look at the second knockdown coming up. See if you think there's a slip. No, there's a strong right, and then his leg does slip out from underneath him, but there was
look at the position of his legs, Rich.
Right.
Same thing in that corner. It's wet, and he slipped. This is a better shot. Watch what happens here. Stay with it, guys.
There is a strong right there from Manny before that.
Yeah, but he did slip that back foot, and that's the same thing as the first knockdown of the fight back in the second round. But it scored a knockdown, so Chris has, had the problem with the back foot slipping out in those corners. So for him, stay out of the corners if you possibly can. This is round 7. Pacquiao's ahead by 8 points. 60-52.
Chris Algieri, so unusual as a fighter in so many ways. One of the ways is the fact that there really haven't been a lot of big-name fighters out of Long Island. It's not exactly, the centerpiece of American boxing.
Jerry Cooney from Long Island?
Yes, Jerry Cooney and Buddy McGirt.
Buddy, Buddy.
That's about it.
Jerry's a great guy, and so is Buddy. Two good guys. Manny Pacquiao on the assault here now, landing more blows. That left hand through, not a lot of power behind it, but he's getting it through. And Chris not landing much at all. He's had the most success landing that right hand, but been victimized twice by the right foot slipping out on the painted areas and the water in the corners.
Algieri really needs to pump his left jab. Well, there it is. That's what he needs to do more.
You said it. Perfect. We're in round 7. Cotai Arena, Macau. Pacquiao to the left. Algieri with his name on the back. Now to the left. Manny with a nice combination, followed by the right hand. Nothing big there, but a nice combination. Right, he slipped again. That time he was loading up, coming off his right foot, and it slipped from beneath him, so no power behind it. Been a real problem for Chris. Combination of the fresh paint, the water in the corners, and probably new shoes for Algieri. Bad. But Manny's not slipping.
Manny's starting to put punches together.
Yeah, he is, Rich. Round 7, this is scheduled for 12. Already in my score sheet, Algieri needs to knock him down 2 or 3 times to knock him out to win this fight. Without knocking him down, he's got no shot. Decent right hand. Again, the right hand has been effective, but that's only really maybe the 4th or 5th time that Chris has been able to land it solidly. And that was a body shot. Very clear thinking kid and clear talking kid, isn't he? Algieri, master's degree in nutrition.
Yeah, and one thing I like is he's not panicking.
No, he's
one
not.
thing I really hate is when a fighter comes back to his corner and his corner man is all panicked and screaming and yelling and
They're certainly not panicked. To listen to them, you think, he's right in the fight. And that may be, they may feel that they can take him out late. I don't know. It's got to be that feeling because they're giving away an awful lot.
There's his Pacquiao combinations.
Chris boxing nice, using that jab right now. He certainly moves very well. Pacquiao is such a good fighter, such a multi-talented fighter, and he has the power.
Not to mention the lone congressional representative from the Sarangani province.
That's right. He's had Algieri down 3 times in this fight, once in the second round, twice in the 6th round, and 2 of the 3 knockdowns have involved the hind foot of Algieri slipping out from behind him, but there were punches in front of it. So, there were legitimate knockdowns. Gino Rodriguez has done the right thing in every case. I mean, this is a nice boxing round for Chris, but he's not landing anything big. The heads came together.
They're asking him for more of those straight rights in the corner. Whether he can deliver or not's another thing.
Well, that's the problem. And that's what this fight is about right now. Manny got his left hand off. Manny not landing as many shots in this round as he did back in the 6th and in the 7th, but still out punching and out landing Chris Algieri. I don't know what Algieri's complaining about.
I think he was saying he got hit in the hip.
Who was great at hitting guys in the hip was Larry Holmes. He'd break their legs down by whacking them on the hip with his right hand.
You'll numb it if you after a while. Larry was great at a lot of things.
Algieri just boxing nicely now, but going to the well, but coming up a little dry. In other words, not landing many punches. Pacquiao continues to miss a lot of punches, but he's landing more than Chris is.
Algieri's going to have to start thinking offense. He does have a terrific jab.
He really does.
But he's got to have something more than that.
But he really hasn't snapped the head back at Manny on many occasions. Manny just grazed him at the end to put an exclamation point on it. All right, here we go. Round number 9. The Colonel along with Rich Morata. Glad that you can be with us. Our principals for this World Championship fight. They had a catch weight of 144, but they're both over 147 for tonight's fight anyway. This is for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Not a lot of tying up in this fight at all. Gino hasn't had to be too busy at all, has he?
No, only busy trying to decide whether it's a knockdown or a slip.
And so far, he's been right on the button with those. Manny get the left hand through that time.
I think Pacquiao's fighting with a little more intent in this round.
Yeah, he seems
he's looking
to be.
for it, I think, Colonel.
Yeah, he's definitely picked up the pace, and he's catching up with Chris. Chris isn't moving quite as much as he was. He still moves very well, mind you. He hasn't been able to sling that right hand through there as a lead or as a follow behind his jab. He goes with the right hand lead that time, and Manny cuffs it away with the back of his left glove.
Algieri is a 140-pound champion, and Manny at 147. And this fight is being contested tonight at a catch weight of 144.
But it's a 147 championship fight.
Correct.
So Chris will still be a world champion when this fight's over. Manny's not picking up that title. Because if straight left hand right down the middle, and Algieri's down for the 4th time in the fight. That's the best knockdown of the fight. It's up to 7 and 8. Is he gonna make it? Yeah, he just
barely
gets up.
Wow, that was a tremendous punch, a sensational power-packed, scorching shot by Manny Pacquiao.
Certainly the best punch of the fight, and that's the first real serious knockdown. And there's a ton of time. Algieri's in a heap of trouble here. I think he went down to a knee. They're going to have to score that as a knockdown. So he's down 2 times here.
And he is very, very wobbly. His legs are betraying him right now. He's got no legs underneath him, and that's his main weapon.
And his eyes are glassy. And here comes Manny again. Remember, there's no 3 knockdown rule, but Gino can stop the fight if Algieri can't defend himself. Manny's on top of it. He wants to knock him out right here. Look at this.
He said the fire's back, and he's throwing like it is.
Yeah, he's trying to take him out. Looked like he's going to stop the fight.
Pacquiao thought the fight was being stopped right there.
I don't know why Gino stopped in the hands of 3. Because he doesn't know how much time is remaining in this round. And Pacquiao was giving him really a wallop. And inside of 10 seconds to go, it looks like he'll survive. And the round is over.
All right, we'll take a look at it. There it is, that scorching left hand, a perfect punch by Manny Pacquiao to score the first knockdown. Manny put everything into that one. He was moving mostly forward, but a little bit to his left. And that was the first knockdown. Then the second knockdown, he just unloaded. Manny started throwing everything. As we said, it looked like his fire was back. He went down. Algieri immediately got up, but still correctly called a knockdown.
I don't think that Algieri get enough time to recover in between because those were 2 hard knockdowns. Now here's Manny. He wants to continue to keep the pressure on. He let an awful lot go himself in that last round, so he wants to land that powerful left hand again if he possibly can. Well, Chris Algieri has been down 5 times in this fight. Algieri to this point is getting an old-fashioned whooping, as they say. And Manny on the assault again with solid left. Right hand uppercut has Algieri going back. His legs are shot right now. His legs aren't there. You see his knees, he's wobbly. He doesn't have particularly good balance. And of course, Pacquiao with those huge caps. Look at the difference in the size of the caps of these 2 fighters. Manny's got very strong pins underneath him.
I'm sure Freddie Roach is anxious for Manny to just go for it. You know, Freddie in some of Pacquiao's fights has had to tell Manny, look, it's your job to knock this guy out. Because Manny's demeanor is to take his foot off the pedal sometimes late in a fight. But I'm sure Freddie is reminding him again, go get that knockout, knock this guy out.
Well, in the Margarito fight, Manny did take his foot off the gas. I thought he was going to kill Margarito. Lawrence Cole didn't want to stop the fight. He wanted to let it go to see, give him a chance to knock him out. Margarito as tough as they come, but Algieri very tough too, but he's not standing up to Manny Pacquiao after being down 5 times.
I'll never forget Roach telling Manny Pacquiao in the corner when Manny had Oscar De La Hoya in a bad way. Look, it's your job to knock him out.
No, Manny's just really overpowering him here. A lot of time in this round, and he's got Algieri soften up enough, I think. Algieri's legs actually look stronger now than they did about a minute ago in this round.
Oh.
Boy, he cracked him again.
He wobbled. He looked like a paper fluttering in the wind.
Chris tries to throw the uppercut, but there's nothing on it again. Right foot slipped out from behind him on the Ducati sign. When that happens, it's frustrating beyond belief to a fighter. And he catches him with a powerful left again. Here's the combination, and down goes Chris Algieri for the 6th time in the fight. His eyes are clear, and he should be able to continue. There's the standing 8. Not standing 8, the 8 count. Says he's okay, and his eyes are clear.
All right, let's take a look once again. We could see that Pacquiao was fighting with more intent in that round. He came out, he was really sitting down in his punches. He is definitely looking for the KO. And just an assault, just that all-out assault. Those were all clean punches, sent Algieri to the canvas. Algieri trying to stay up. See that right hand inside?
Yeah, the right hand snapped his head again.
That first one was on the back of the head. The second one, though, was the key punch in that combination.
Well, here we go to round 11. Legs seem okay of Chris right now, but when the very early seconds here of the 11th round, he's got no shot to win except by knockout, and it's not going to happen, folks. He's been down 6 times in this fight. He's behind by 16 points in the score sheet.
It just doesn't seem like the kind of fighter. You know, a Juan Manuel Marquez could catch Pacquiao with the punch of the century and knock him out, but Marquez has a lot more going for him in the ring, a lot more tools and weapons and power than does Algieri.
That's the key factor, Rich, that Algieri doesn't possess that power. And that's what he needs now if it were to happen, to catch him with a punch like, but he doesn't have that kind of power, especially at this stage. See, he almost tipped over that time. He's got those very, he's so tall and he's got the slender legs, and Manny, meanwhile, has got like 2 fire hydrants under him.
Chris is trying to throw more at him.
Oh, I give him all the credit in the world, coming off the canvas 6 times.
And you know, you mentioned in your pre-fight comments, Colonel, about those 19 world champions, current, past, interim, that he's fought. You just can't underestimate the value of that.
With that kind of experience in big fights, Chris is hurt again, I think. Difficult to tell. His legs look okay, but not great. His heels are down now, not moving anywhere near as much as he did in the early rounds of this fight. When, you know, you listen to him about the strategy that it was just the way they wanted to go, but, you know, with the knockdowns and whatnot, Manny started getting so far in front of this fight that it was next to impossible for Algieri to crawl back into this thing. Yet it's still, we all have the anticipation of seeing if Manny Pacquiao can knock him out.
Yeah, and what they didn't probably anticipate was Manny picking up his punch output and picking up his power punch output as the fight was going along.
Now the chance go up for Manny. Pacquiao continues to score clean blows, left hand, right hand. And the left hand that you see him land is his power shot to the southpaw. He caught him with the right hand that time. Snapped the head of Chris. Left hand caught him just above the glove.
Manny Pacquiao is not being merciful in this fight. He's looking for it. He wants to score the KO.
Closing seconds now of the 11th round, and it's a Manny Pacquiao clinic tonight.
Well, I know Algieri's corner is urging him to go for a knockout, and I wouldn't doubt that Freddie Roach is doing the same with Pacquiao.
For sure. Remember, Algieri down in the 2nd round, down 2 times in the 6th round, down 2 times in the 9th round, and down again in the 10th round. And here we go for the 12th and final round. It's been the Manny Pacquiao show tonight. Manny will look for that big shot to land that left hand to try and take this guy out in this final round of the fight. Trying to set him up with the right jab. He goes to the left hand lead again. Trying to catch him with a big, powerful shot. At this stage of the Margarito fight, you were right, Rich. He took the foot off the gas. But I can see it in his eyes that he wants to try and take this guy out. He really wants a knockout.
Right. And he famously did it in the first Tim Bradley fight, and it cost him the fight.
That one partially blocked in the back of the glove of Chris Algieri. But Algieri hasn't got enough power offensively now to do anything to Manny, and Manny is the one plodding forward trying to catch up with Chris here. Chris bounces the right hand off of Manny's head. Manny with the assault with that left hand. Now here comes the power. And a cuff behind the right ear with that left hand. Pacquiao is bruised a little bit in the face, but nailed with a solid right hand. Manny's still trying to catch up with this guy. It's remarkable the condition that Algieri's in, that he can move this well on his weak legs. I mean, he is in tremendous shape.
Oh, absolutely. Put in a great training camp, most of it in Las Vegas. And they worked and worked and worked.
Now, it's great when you get 2 great professional athletes come in here. But Pacquiao just showed his class tonight.
You know, I'll never forget the first time I saw Manny Pacquiao in action in Las Vegas. The day that he fought Lilo Ladwaba of South Africa. And Freddie Roach, I was talking to him in the morning of that fight. He goes, and he told me, keep an eye on this kid I've got tonight, Manny Pacquiao. I think he's pretty good.
And he was right.
And Pacquiao put on a sensational performance that night. And where you think of where he's come from, Colonel, from that 14-year-old kid trying to escape extreme poverty, selling cigarettes on the streets of Manila, to where he is today and what he's gone through and done in his career. It's amazing.
And with all the fame and fortune that he has, he's still a terrific kid. Very much loved. He's an icon in the Philippines. Everybody loves him. Everybody that has known him and has the opportunity to visit with him is very fond of him. And Algieri's a lovely fellow too. But it wasn't Chris Algieri's night tonight. This is the Manny Pacquiao show from start to finish. That's it. It's all over. Manny Pacquiao has retained his championship of the world in some kind of fashion.
In Algerian, very sportsmanlike fashion, as you'd expect from him, goes over immediately, puts his arm around Manny, and Pacquiao now can accept the congratulations from Algieri's team.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Venetian Macau Hotel Resort, we go to the scorecards. Levi Martinez scores it 119-103. Patrick Morley has the same score, 119-103. And Michael Pernick scores it 120-102. All three judges scored for the winner by unanimous decision. And still WBO welterweight champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.